news. I'm Lionel
Locally owned and operated by Brandy Communications.
Chaos. That's the picture being
Hometown
painted
proud
of what was
for
happening
over 70
up
years.
to the deadly shooting on
KOFO,
Alec Baldwin's new movie.
K279CS,
Crews
Ottawa.
walking out, complaining of unsafe conditions, replaced by non-union workers. That's what we're told was happening hours before the deadly accidental shooting on the set of Alec Baldwin's movie Rust in New Mexico, and several reports of misfires involving prop guns before the accident that led to a gun in Baldwin's hand misfiring, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins and injuring director Joel Souza. The production company behind the movie says it's investigating. Police say they're also investigating. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
The U.S. Supreme Court will take up Texas's restrictive abortion law and its merits next month. It means the law will remain in effect. A former associate of President Trump's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, has been convicted of campaign finance violations.
A jury here in New York found Lev Parnas guilty of conspiring to inject a Russian's money into American politics to gain support for his budding marijuana venture. He also used a shell company to funnel hundreds of thousands of dollars into Republican and pro-Trump political action committees. Parnas now faces years in prison. After his arrest, Parnas started talking about his work with Rudy Giuliani to pressure Ukrainian officials into investigating Hunter Biden and about the effort to oust Marie Yovanovitch as U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, a cause central to former President Trump's first impeachment. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says Democrats are nearing a deal on their two major agenda packages. The Build Back Better agenda has been cut down in size, but White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says even a small-scale version will help Americans.
Whatever the top line number is, which we're still obviously working through and negotiating, this is on track to change millions of middle-class families who have been falling behind.
Border Patrol arrested migrants more times in the past year than in any other fiscal year in recorded history, according to Customs and Border Protection data. This is ABC News.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
And Doug.
Don't you just love the smell of old books?
This is a library.
Sorry, ma'am. We're looking for a book titled Liberty Mutual Customizes Your Car Insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I don't think we carry that, but check nonfiction.
He really does devour literature.
Please leave.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Welcome to Parent-Teacher Night. Oh, yes, Miss Garner.
If you have one of those airline credit cards, you're probably not earning double miles on every purchase.
You're right. My card only gets extra miles on some types of purchases.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles everywhere.
Wait, but where can we use them?
You can use Capital One Venture Miles on any travel purchase.
Venture gets an A+.
Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The Justice Department is launching a cross-government initiative to investigate and prosecute redlining, which banks use to discriminate against minorities.
Through the Justice Department's Combating Redlining Initiative, the Civil Rights Division will partner with the U.S. Attorney's offices. They will mobilize resources focused on making fair access to credit a reality in underserved neighborhoods across our country.
Attorney General Merrick Garland says the department is currently investigating several redlining cases and expects it will be opening more in the coming months. France moving forward with a nationwide COVID-19 vaccination and booster shot campaign against both COVID-19 and the flu, offering those at risk simultaneous shots. Movie theaters in India's entertainment capital of Mumbai have reopened for the first time in more than 18 months. Activists staging protests on several continents to press their demands for more government action to curb global warming ahead of the upcoming UN Climate Summit in Glasgow. Lionel Moise, ABC News.
Celebrating over 70 years of information, sports, and entertainment. We are hometown proud. KOFO, K279CS, Ottawa.
Good evening. It is 6:04, 4 past 6. I'm Willie Mann with the KOFO Newsroom with this hour's top stories. A big honor for Paola High School graduate. Maria Long, a 2017 graduate, has been named the Baylor University Homecoming Princess. She's a senior high jumper on the Baylor Bears track and field team. The homecoming queen, king, and court princess were crowned October 14th. Baylor played Brigham Young University on homecoming weekend. Long is a public relations major. She claimed all Big 12 honors for Baylor on the high jump her junior season. She is also a U.S. figure skating national champion and Hall of Fame honoree. She was also actively involved in the fight against cancer. After seeing her mother battle cancer in 2010, she wanted to do more. She began delivering craftograms to the oncology unit at Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City. Long still designs and delivers original craft kits for children to provide them with comfort and entertainment while going through painful treatments and spending long hours in the hospital. Her Craftogram project is closing in on its 10th anniversary. She has delivered personalized Craftogram kits to more than 7,000 pediatric cancer patients. The University of Kansas, Kansas State University, and Wichita State University will require all employees to be vaccinated against COVID-19 by December 8th. KU Chancellor Doug Girod sent an email to university employees today explaining that the move is required to be in compliance with Joe Biden's executive order mandating vaccinations for any group that has contracts with the federal government. The requirements affects all employees, including student employees, on all campuses and in all KU affiliates and auxiliaries. Employees are able to apply for religious or medical exemptions. Employees who do not comply with the vaccine requirements are subject to disciplinary actions up to and including termination for employment. Kansas State University Provost Charles Tabor released a similar statement today. Kansas State will consider employees who aren't vaccinated by the deadline on a case-by-case basis. Now for the exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast, tonight a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 1 tomorrow morning, becoming overcast with a low of 54. I'm William Mayo, KOFO News.
It's time now for Friday Night Lights on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO with your host,
Yes!
Bob Johnson.
That boy is good. Good and terrible.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome into Friday Night Lights. It's time to get you ready for all the high school football action in the East Central Kansas area. You know, the area that KOFO likes to cover. You know, the one where you can hear the signal? That one. The East Central Kansas. All the counties that KOFO covers and all the games. And we will give you a breakdown of the schedule for tonight's final regular season contests. As next week, it's state playoff time. State playoff time. Man, that's just gone by too fast. I mean, you know, when we started, it was so hot and sweaty and disgusting outside, and now there's Christmas stuff on the shelf. Who would have thought? I mean, yeah, we haven't hit Halloween yet, but hey, it's gone by fast, and we'll see what goes on here this evening. As we'll keep you up to date as much as we can with all the games and that. Find out the trick-or-treating for these teams, whether the treat is moving up the table to get a better seating in the state playoff bracket, or if the trick is, well, they went out onto the football field and got pummeled. We'll find out as this evening goes on. Want to let you know that, yes, during the broadcast tonight, we'll keep you up to date on all those scores. You can also see a final list of all the scores on the KOFO.com website. KOFO.com, look for the sports link, click on that, scroll down just a little bit. You'll see the sports scores picture, click on that, and it'll take you right to the scores page. Plus, you'll also have the scores tomorrow morning, KOFO News, KOFO Sports, and all the wrap-ups from the two games that we will have for you this evening on the Mothership and on KOFO.com. Speaking of the Mothership, on the Mothership tonight, the Ottawa High Cyclones finish their regular season on the road as they travel to Tonganoxie. Cyclones 2-5 on the season. Tonganoxie, the Chieftains, 3-4. Cyclones have dropped their last two games and only managed 20 points in those two contests. While their last two opponents, Eudora and Lewisburg, scored a combined total of 75. So that's not going to get the job done if you are only scoring 20 points over the last two games and giving up a combined 75. And the Cyclones' offense and defense will really need to step it up here this evening if they want to get a win against the Tonganoxie side, who is 2-2 in their last 4 games, including last week's 49-12 win over Bonner Springs. In the Chieftains' 2 losses in those last 4 games, they lost by only 3 and 6 points. One of those games went to overtime. So Tonganoxie has been there, been close, just maybe a bounce of a ball go a different way. Who knows? Maybe it's a different record and a different season for Tonganoxie. But right now, they are sitting at 3-4. Chieftains just 1-2 though on the home field this season, and that won't get it done. You have got to be over 500 on the home field. You want to get about 500 on the road. Better is great, but you set that bar at about 500, you should set yourself at a good spot. But at home, that's where you got to make your hay right there. Unfortunately, they have struggled on their own home field. Cyclones are going to have a nearly perfect game tonight to pull off a victory. And more than likely, if the Cyclones win, it still won't put them in a good spot. They would have to go on the road next week for the first round of the playoffs. Tonganoxie won last year's matchup between these two sides by a score of 49-7, and the Chieftains have won the last 3 between these two. The Cyclones looking to put a better effort out there on the field this year and would like to maybe pull that upset, pick up a 3rd win on the season, and it'd be a great way to finish off the 2021 regular season. We'll talk with Gary Bateman in about 9 minutes or so. Maybe a little bit more than that, but roughly 9 minutes. We'll talk to him about this one as he's in Tonganoxie this evening. And Gary will take the air around 6:40, and kickoff will be at 7 right here on 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO 1220 on the AM side, and KOFO.com, if you will. The KOFO High School Football Game of the Week, well, it's going to be a game. We're going to just put it that way. There will be a game on KOFO.com that will be recognized as the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week as the 7-0 Wellsville Eagles travel to Pomona to take on the 0-6 West Franklin Falcons. This is the final regular season KOFO High School Football Game of the Week. Depending on how everything shakes out for the playoffs, there could be some playoff additions, but you'll want to keep it tuned to 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO, to find out more. The Eagles have steamrolled their competition this season. They have outscored their opponents 293-50. 293 points in 7 games. That is over 40 points a game, roughly, on average. If the math in my mind is going where I think it is. That is incredible. Only 50 points given up by this defense. And that is just a tick over 7 points a game. So, the Falcons have struggled, and they have been outscored 80-250. They've only scored 80 points on offense this year. They've given up 250. And this is a matchup of two teams on opposite sides of the spectrum, and it's going to take a Herculean effort, one that maybe Homer, if he was still around, could write in another Odyssey for a victory here this evening. But West Franklin really is going to have to play not only just their best game of the year, but they're really going to have to step it up here this evening to take a win away from the Wellsville Eagles. Wellsville embarrassed what was supposed to be a tough Humboldt team last week, 40-0. Humboldt, just a couple of losses on the year, was expected to be a tough team come playoff time. Wellsville made them look silly. West Franklin, well, they fell last week to Jayhawk Lynn, 32-13. And the Eagles last year blew out the Falcons 48-0. Luke Queen's going to join us here in a little bit. We're going to discuss this one with him, and he'll take the air about 6:50 tonight. Kickoff is at 7. This one is exclusively on KOFO.com. So that one, the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week on KOFO.com. In other action here in the county, Central Heights will finish their regular season on the road at Pleasanton. The Vikings 4-2, Pleasanton 1-5. The Vikings have won 3 out of their last 4 coming into tonight, including last week's come-from-behind win over Uniontown 19-18 in what was an exciting contest. Uniontown jumped out in front. The Vikings battled their way back. They got the dub. And now they look to finish the regular season on a high note and get themselves in a good position for state playoff football. And that would be a perfect way to end the regular season. Pleasanton, they did not play last week. Their competition, Northeast of Arma, couldn't field a team, which has been the story for Northeast of Arma all year long. So Pleasanton has not played in 2 weeks. The Blue Jays 1-3 in their last 4. That win came on October 8th, 67-16 over Northern Heights. These two met last season. Pleasanton pulled out, though, the 20-18 win last year. So Central Heights looking for some revenge here. This is a revenge game for the Vikings. And the Vikings are 2-1 on the road this season. Pleasanton 1-2 at home. So another team who has not defended the home ground very well. And the Vikings wanting to come in and pillage Pleasanton. And that's what they look to do here tonight. And we'll keep you up to date on that one. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. We'll provide updates as they become available throughout the evening. Oh, this one. This is a cross-county rivalry game we're going to talk about here. It's 2 4-3 clubs, the Paola Panthers and the Lewisburg Wildcats. Miami County matchup between two feline species with their claws out, not purring, they're growling. You know how cats like growl when they get real angry and stuff. And that's what's about ready to take place tonight in Lewisburg, as this group of cats are going to battle it out on the gridiron. And this one will play a little bit of a role in the 4A state playoffs, especially getting maybe a better seed for the winner, as both clubs 4-3. Both teams, though, they're trending upward. They had a rough start to the season. Panthers have won their last 2, while the Wildcats, they've reeled off 3 straight wins. Paola was able to hang on last week and beat Eudora by a point, 43-42, in another fantastic matchup that was in the area. Lewisburg last week, well, they took the wind out of the Cyclones' sails of Ottawa High, 40-13. Paola is only 1-2 on the road this year, as they have to travel to Lewisburg. The Wildcats, just 2-2 on the home field. So again, another team not defending their home field. And are the Wildcats ripe to be picked off here tonight by the Panthers and get a victory? Or will the Wildcats hold serve, get over 500 on their home field? We'll find out as this one will get underway at 7 o'clock. A reminder, though, the Panthers last year destroyed Lewisburg 49-7, and Paola 2-1 in their last 3 over Lewisburg. The Wildcats' last win over the Panthers of Paola, 2018, when they won 25-7. Again, this one will get underway at 7 o'clock, and we'll again bring you updates on that one as the night goes on. But this is a good place to stop and take our first break of the evening. When we come back, we're going to talk to Gary Bateman about Ottawa High and their game against Tonganoxie, and then we'll talk with Luke Queen about the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week. It's break time here on Friday Night Lights. You're listening to us on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO, and KOFO.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code CASH for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code CASH for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CASH.
Today's job market is full of demand for skilled trade workers. Electricians, welders, mechanics, these and other trades are the backbone of every community. They're also a huge part in making sure the Army National Guard is always fulfilling its mission of service to our country and communities. Soldiers train to keep the power flowing, engines running, and supplies moving. The skilled trades these soldiers perform are the same ones needed in today's civilian workforce. Army National Guard soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. With options from plumber to helicopter mechanic and everything in between, soldiers are able to select the trades that best fit their lives. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession and serve your community and country by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Kansas Army National Guard, aired by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
And we are back. Friday Night Lights back on the air here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com. I'm Bob Johnson behind the mic this evening, taking you up to the pre-games of our games this evening. And of course, here on the mothership, we have Ottawa High taking on Tonganoxie. And we're going to talk to a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to break that rule and give him one anyway. It is the voice of the Ottawa High Cyclones, Mr. Gary Bateman, joining us. Gary, welcome back to Friday Night Lights. How you doing?
Thanks, Bob. Doing well. How about you tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. And Cyclones with a great opportunity on the road here tonight against a team in Tonganoxie that it's kind of been a little Jekyll and Hyde for the Chieftains this year.
Well, you know, they graduated a good number of people off of an excellent team last year, and the Chieftains have had quite a bit of success over the last, 5-6 years or so. It's been a little bit tough for them, but they've hung in there against the Frontier League that's really kind of amazingly even in the middle. You've got Spring Hill who's undefeated at the top. You've got Baldwin who's winless at the bottom. And, you know, then you've got the Cyclones and Bonner Springs who have struggled all throughout. But all the other teams are just right there. And it shows in the games that Tonganoxie's played. I mean, they've played close ball games. They've won close ball games. They've lost close ball games. So tonight they're playing for seeding. And they're, you know, they want to ensure themselves a home game next week in the first round of the 4A playoffs, and they can certainly do that with a win. Right now, they're the 8th seed, so right now they're sitting in that spot where they would host the game next week. A win tonight would, I think, ensure that. Now, the Cyclones, well, they have a little bit of seeding situation as well. They'd like to move up. They're the 11th seed right now, but here's the interesting thing, Bob, and I looked at this from all different angles, and I see no way that the Cyclones don't play a Frontier League school next week. It could be Paola or Lewisburg. It could be the loser of that ball game. It could be Eudora. It could be Tonganoxie. It could even be Piper if Piper would somehow lose to Bonner Springs tonight. But it's almost assuredly going to be at a Frontier League school next Friday evening. And I think Coach Walt Alexander likes the idea of that because he knows these teams, knows what he would need to do to, to have a good game between the Cyclones and whoever they play.
That's kind of exciting there in that sense. And what's also exciting is that the Cyclones a little bit healthier coming into this one tonight.
Yeah, just a little bit. They get Tiernan Reed Cox back. He's out there going through warm-ups and everything, and that's very helpful. Tiernan has been defensive mainstay. Now, he also plays a receiver on offense, and we talk about this a little bit with Coach Alexander in the pregame interview coming up a little bit later on. But the Cyclones have just been kind of decimated at the receiver spot with Bret Hart out now, and he is out for the rest of the season with a foot injury. And, it really kind of makes the Cyclones slightly more one-dimensional as far as, being a running football team first and foremost. But I imagine the Cyclones have a couple wrinkles to show here this evening against the Chieftains, who beat Ottawa last year 49-7 and actually had a running clock in the second half. I don't think that will sit well with Ottawa High, and I think they're going to come out and play a good ball game here this evening.
Well, and I think it's key, Gary. I talked to open the show that the Cyclones offense has only been able to put on 20 points on the board in the last two ball games. They're really going to need this offense to get started early and to not only just find some success, but get some points on the board.
Yeah, the offense has got to get some points on the board, but even more importantly, Bob, the defense has got to start stopping people. I mean, it's kind of reminiscent of what the Chiefs' problems have been here in the early part of the season. They just can't seem to stop anybody. Teams go on long drives or short drives, and Ottawa has a tendency to shoot themselves in the foot somewhere along the line. Last week, it was with a bad punt snap, and then also on the next possession, a fumble that was recovered by Lewisburg, setting up short fields, and all of a sudden the Wildcats are in command. They can't do that here this evening.
Absolutely not. Gary, that's a big key right there. What's going to be another big key for the Cyclones team to come away with a win?
Well, I think probably you need to look to see how effective Zion Wooden is running the football here tonight. If he can if that offensive line can open some holes for him, it really opens things up then for Noah McCullough on keepers and counters and that type of thing. And Noah's been extremely effective here in the past several weeks running the football. He gets out in the open field, and he's hard to catch.
Yeah, and that's going to be a huge thing right there for the Cyclones, because that's one issue that we do see here from time to time is kind of just being one-dimensional. And if you stop one, sometimes you just don't have that second weapon or that second option to try to open things up for you.
Yeah, I think maybe we might see just a little bit more through the air here tonight. You've got to be multi-dimensional. Otherwise, all they do is just put 7 in the box or more and dare you to throw the football.
Gary, You plan to take the air about 6:40, 6:45-ish?
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood, Bob. It should be a good one. And, again, what Ottawa does here this evening is going to determine where they will play next week. They will not be at home, but they very well, as I mentioned, could be at any of 5 different Frontier League schools.
What an interesting final week of the regular season here, and should be a fun one to listen to. Gary, have a good call tonight.
Thank you, Bob.
That is Gary Bateman. We'll join him in about 10 to 12 minutes roughly as we get you ready for kickoffs here this evening on Friday Night Lights. We'll take you up to pregame for Ottawa High, and Gary will have, of course, an interview with the Cyclones head coach, and you'll hear that during pregame. And now we're going to talk about the KOFO High School football game of the week with the man who has traveled all the way to Pomona. I heard that he had a police escort that was leading him straight to the stadium, where there was a life-size banner posted saying, "Welcome, Luke Queen." Well, welcome to Luke Queen on Friday Night Lights.
Hey, thanks, Bob. Always appreciate the welcome.
Luke, this one, it's you don't want to be negative. You don't want to be negative, but man, West Franklin really has a tall task against them tonight. They've got a team in Wellsville, as in the first segment of the show, that's put up 293 points on their opponents and only allowed 50. And the Falcons have only been able to score 80 points while giving up 250. West Franklin's going to have to play a game of a lifetime here tonight.
Absolutely. And Wellsville has been dominant, and, as you said, throughout the season. It hasn't just been recently. It's been from day one. Giving up their closest margin so far on the year was a 20-point win over Burlington in week 1. And since then, they've only given up 14 points once in a ball game. Just offensively, defensively, just an extremely talented football team. West Franklin, is really going to have to play well here tonight to get things done. I mean, they just haven't been able to hang on to the football, and, when they've kept it close for a while, and then it seems like a turnover comes up and bites them, and, their opponent goes down, gets some points, and then really can kind of spread the game out against them, and they're really going to have to avoid that here tonight.
Well, and the Falcons themselves, they've got to go in with a different mindset. They've got to believe that they can win this 1-1, but they also need to get out to an effective start early and hold this Wellsville offense to short drives. Even if you only give up a field goal on some of those drives, that would almost be a victory.
Absolutely. They're going to have to Wellsville, a terrific running game. That's where it all starts for them offensively. So really it's going to have to be West Franklin stepping up defensively and trying to force Wellsville into maybe going pass first a little bit more. They are very effective with that as well, but, it really starts with the run for Wellsville, and if they can get that going, they're very tough to stop. And then, as I said, for West Franklin, they're going to have to do a great job of hanging on to the football and just being able to sustain drives for themselves that will take time off the clock and keep Wellsville's offense on the sideline during that time.
Any fears of this being a trap game for Wellsville, Luke? Because with all the success that they've had, and now you're going to take on a team who has not won a game this season, and it's easy to possibly overlook to start thinking about your first-round opponent in the playoffs.
It obviously could be, especially just given the age. We're talking about high school kids, not pros who, they talk about trap games at that level as well. But, I know Coach Berg does a great job over there at Wellsville of preparing his team and trying to, have them ready to play every week. And I think they'll do the same thing once again here this week. They get out, they get going, and they can build a lead. I've seen it, in other games that we've covered of theirs. They've got plenty of depth, and they'll mix guys in and out and, just go out and get things taken care of, and then start the mental preparation as soon as this, clock hits zeros to go into the playoffs next week, because Wellsville definitely has a real good chance to push deep into the playoffs this fall and, shoot for that opportunity to get to maybe go to Salina for the state championship.
Keys for the victory for Wellsville and keys for West Franklin tonight.
Obviously for Wellsville, what can you say about a team that's 7-0 and done what they do? The keys for them are just to stay focused and do exactly what you've been doing for the last 7 weeks and do it again here this evening. For West Franklin, it is going to be ball control. They have to maintain possession of the football. They have coughed it up, fumbled the ball far too many times. They've had good drives that they turn the ball over and the other team goes down and scores. So it is definitely the key for West Franklin is, maintain possession of the football and just get that first down. You don't need to have the big play. Just keep getting that first down. Keep grinding that clock down and grinding the Wellsville defense down. And, that's going to be the key to them to stay in this ball game and to make this a really good football game here tonight.
Luke, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great call tonight, and we will talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
That's Luke Queen joining us from Pomona. We'll take our final break of the evening right here. When we come back, we'll wrap this one up into a nice, tight little package with a bow and hand it out as a Halloween treat. You're listening to Friday Night Lights on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
How's your cell phone coverage? How's your cell phone bill? A lot of big carriers overcharge you for unlimited data. They brag about coverage, but that's only if you live in the city. This is Greg Akagi. I've been an agriculture director for over 20 years, and I know what people outside the city need. Pure Talk. Pure Talk gives you great 5G coverage for about half of what Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile charge you. The average family saves over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone, or save on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With their U.S.-based customer service, I believe in the way Pure Talk treats their customers. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say half off, and you'll save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 and say half off.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials: a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code CASH for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code CASH for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CASH.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. As we get you ready, Ottawa High pregame here in just a couple of minutes. Luke Queen will take the air about 6:50 on KOFO.com for the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week. Real quick, Here's the rest of the schedule in the listening area. 2 winless teams. Baldwin is at Osawatomie. Someone has to come away with a win, whether they want to or not. 7-0 Spring Hill is at Eudora, 3-4. 4-3 Perry Lecompton taking on the 2-5 Santa Fe Trail Chargers. 1-6 Anderson County Bulldogs at Prairie View, who is at 5-2 tonight. Osage City finishes up their regular season at Humboldt. Should be a good one. Osage City, the Indians 6-1, Humboldt 5-2, and they're licking their wounds after the loss to Wellsville last week. 3-3 Linden taking on 3-4 Uniontown. Meridazine Valley at 4-2 will take on Lebo, who is 6-1. And Chitopa travels to Waverly. Chitopa 1-6. Waverly is 4-1. And the Crest Lancers at 4-3 on the season. They take on Altoona Midway, who is 0 for the season. So those games we will do our best to keep you up to date on as the night goes on. Gary does a great job of passing along scores. We'll do what we can, and of course, again, you can find them on the scores page at KOFO.com. You'll also be able to hear them tomorrow morning, KOFO Sports, and then don't forget about Eric Peterson tonight, 10 o'clock. It is the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show, as Eric Peterson will have a wrap-up of this final week of the regular season, and you'll hear wrap-ups from around the state, some of those longer than War and Peace, but that's okay, as Eric Peterson will be the host with the most on that one at 10 o'clock tonight. And don't forget, tomorrow, Ottawa University Braves homecoming. They take on the Falcons at Advent Health Field. I'll start pregame at noon. We'll have kickoff at 1, and you'll hear it here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. That's going to wrap it up for us here this evening. We appreciate you joining us for the regular season of Friday Night Lights, as now we start to get ready for playoff action in the state of Kansas. And then the next thing you know, it's going to be high school basketball season. Who would have thought that? But it's coming. And what's coming next will be Ottawa High pregame, as Gary Bateman will take over from here. I want to say thanks to Lars Johnson keeping us on the air. I'm Bob Johnson. Another week of Friday Night Lights is in the books. I have to bid you adieu. And thank you for joining us on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this exclusive broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on 103.7 FM, 1220, and online at KOFO.com. Brought to you by Advent Health Ottawa, CarStar, Kansas State Bank, Quality Structures, and by Sutton's Jewelry, Vive Broadband, Dingle & Son Mortuary, and Kramer Pharmacy. Ottawa Cyclone football on KOFO is also brought to you by Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, Ottawa University, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Arvest Bank, and by State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King, Ottawa High School, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic, and the City of Ottawa. Now, with your Cyclone football pregame show, we head to the field and join the voice of the Cyclones, KOFO Sports Director Gary Bateman.
Well, good evening, everyone, from Tonganoxie High School. It's time for some high school football action here as the Ottawa Cyclones on the road tonight to take on the Chieftains. Ottawa comes in tonight 2-5 after a 40-13 loss last week against Lewisburg, while Tonganoxie enters tonight's play with a record of 3 wins and 4 losses. It is senior night here at Tonganoxie. A good crowd on hand and a nice number of Cyclone fans across the way as well, awaiting the start of this one. Last year, it was all Tonganoxie. The Chieftains jumped out to a 42-0 halftime lead and winning 49-7. So Ottawa looking to get a little bit of revenge here tonight against a program that has been very good over the last several years in Class 4A, but maybe just a little bit down this season, and we'll see how the Cyclones fare. We're going to take a break right here, come back and have our weekly interview with Ottawa High School head football coach Walt Alexander. You're listening to Cyclone Pregame on 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO.
It's time to revive your internet. Get speeds all the way up to Vive 1 gig. Plus, right now we're offering internet for only $39.99 per month with free installation. Get Vive's fiber-rich internet that comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee and our local friendly staff. So revive your internet for only $39.99 per month with free installation. This is a limited time offer, so call today or visit vivebroadband.com to sign up. Offer ends 10/31/21. Modem taxes and fees extra, not available in all areas. See vivebroadband.com for additional restrictions.
There are a lot of exciting things happening this fall. I want to focus on what's important, not what's for dinner. Luckily, HelloFresh delivers everything I need, and it's 30% cheaper than grocery shopping. The quick and easy recipes are perfect for weeknights. We're all busy, but with HelloFresh, I actually have time to enjoy my meals. Go to HelloFresh.com/DanaCortez14 and use code DanaCortez14 for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping. That's code DanaCortez14 for 14 free meals at HelloFresh.com/DanaCortez14.
It's time for our weekly conversation with head coach Walt Alexander. Cyclones last week on senior night lost to Lewisburg 40-13. And coach, boy, I tell you what, the record just keeps skipping, going back to where it was. Pretty much the same thing as we've seen last 4 losses for the Cyclones, and that is playing hard right in the ball game, and then something goes bad, and it really throws a monkey wrench into everything.
It did, and this time it went bad. 3 plays, bang, bang, bang. So it was like, Noah gets his touchdown called back on a whatever call that was. And so, the kids are kind of upset about that, but they handled it well. And we have to learn to overcome adversity. So we get there, but we end up punting, and the punt goes over our head. And, so that gives them a short field, and makes it 13-0. They have a long drive. We get a stop. We have a big gain, and then we fumble the ball, give them another short field. So, we've basically given them 2 or 3 scores just on our own mistakes, and it stayed that way for the rest of the game.
Right.
So our kids, they understood that. They came in at halftime, and they vowed that they were not going to quit and keep playing hard and see where we came out. And I think they played pretty hard in the second half, and I was really pleased with them.
The 80-yard touchdown run by McCullough that was called back was certainly no fluke, because it came up with a 77-yard run later on in that second period. He has really become one of the better running quarterbacks, I think, around right now.
He's really good. Noah's always had that. I think we've designed some plays for him that he really likes and he excels in. It's like I've always said, Noah hasn't played football that long, but when you give Noah a job to do, he's very intelligent. He'll do it very, very well. So you just got to find out what his strengths are, and his strengths are his play-action game and running the football, and he's done a really great job for us, and he's improved so much since day one.
How much did last week's injuries, you had four starters out, how much did that really have an effect on the game?
Yeah, probably quite a bit defensively. Offensively we kind of, offensively too, whenever you're losing that kind of kids and 4 on each side of the ball. All those 4 guys are two-way starters. Yeah. So that's like 8 starters for us, if you count it up. So yeah, we don't make excuses for that, but it did hurt. It didn't help.
Yeah, you're losing some receivers too, and of course that helps blocking on the edge. It helps with the passing game, and those are the types of things that are hard to make up for.
Absolutely. We don't try to. I could care less about throwing the ball anyway most of the time, but we like to do it. And when your wideouts are out, you got backups in there that haven't done it. It makes it even more difficult. But kids don't care. They just keep battling. I'm proud of them. So.
And they did keep battling. Scored after Lewisburg got their final touchdown. Nice 80-yard drive, and it's kind of an odd play for the touchdown. Looked like a completely busted play that Noah made lemonades out of lemons there.
Well, actually, it wasn't. It was a counter play, so it looked like a busted play, but and I think everything was. I know what you're saying now. Looking back on it after watching film, Zion went the wrong way, but everything else went right. So
okay, so that's why it made it look that way.
Yeah. So Noah opened up the correct way. Zion wrapped the wrong way, but everything else was good. So it's just one of those things.
You might keep that in your playbook.
Might have to. Yeah.
Okay, Coach, we'll talk about this week's opponent, the Tonganoxie Chieftains, after we take this time out. You're listening to Cyclone Pregame on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Turn care into career with Advent Health Ottawa. Clinical, non-clinical, and professional roles are waiting for the right people, and you could be one of them while earning a minimum starting pay of $14.50 per hour. Log on to careers.adventhealth.com/Ottawa today. At Advent Health Ottawa, nothing is more important than you.
This is Walt Dangle of Dangle & Son Mortuary. Life goes on, and that means you prepare for the worst and hope for the best. You also should consider preparing for the inevitable. We can help with that. This is Dangle & Son Mortuary saying the standard for funeral service.
You can just about hear that cold Kansas winter wind blowing, and you're going to want to make sure your heater is working this winter. The best way to do that is call the pros at Adamson Brothers at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
And we're back here with Coach Walt Alexander, Cyclones' opponent this evening, the Tonganoxie Chieftains, final game of the regular season. Chieftains, boy, record-wise and almost every other way, look very, very similar to most of the Frontier League this year. They've had their ups and their downs. They've had their close games, but they're a force to be reckoned with, certainly.
Oh, they're good. I mean, everybody that we play, is good in this league, and you can see that just by everybody's record, how close the games are, and how everybody's beating each other. So everybody's around 4-3, or 5-2, or 3-4, or 3. Everybody's right around that. And a lot of those games are within 1-point games, or they're in overtime. I know Lewisburg beat Tonganoxie in overtime. Lewisburg beat Eudora by 1, and then so it's just Paola got beat by Tonganoxie, by 3. I mean, so it's, and we feel like when we're healthy and we have everybody there, that we're competing up to a point with those teams, and so we're not too far behind them. But yeah, it's a tough league, and Tonganoxie's a very good team, and I think they've gotten better as the years go on.
And over the past several years, they've had a lot of success, and I think a lot of times that really helps when you're trying to build that program up, and sometimes you get those close wins because of that type.
Absolutely. But, well, when you can go harder for longer because you've got a good strength program, which they do. Coach Troy's got they've been there longer, and I've been around the state for 30 years, so I know who works hard and who doesn't, and Tonganoxie works awful hard to get where they've been, and you don't get that way and be able to win those kind of games unless you're in the weight room. So they do a good job.
What does their offense look like to you?
Similar to ours a little bit. I mean, they run some spread stuff. They like to get in and run some gun stuff with their quarterback out of an unbalanced power stuff. So it's really similar to kind of what we all like to do. I mean, looking at this league, it's real similar. A lot of people like to run the football, obviously, and they like to power it, but they can spread it. And they've got some good kids, and then their quarterback can throw it. I mean, good receivers. Defensively, they run the 3-4. Play pretty hard. The defensive ends are going to give you a hard time because they pinch them in and chase you down. They can really mess with your offense. So they just do a really good job. They're fundamentally sound. They work hard, and I know they lift hard. So
this game is definitely for seeding at this point in time. You win here tonight, had the same record as Tonganoxie, but it's still a possibility you still see them in Week 9.
It's a possibility if we get beat by them to see them in Week 9. Mm-hmm. If Lewisburg doesn't take care of Paola. Because when I was looking at that, they on points. Right now, if we played, they said we play Lewisburg. But, if Tonganoxie ends up with the same record as Lewisburg, if Lewisburg were to lose to Paola and Tonganoxie beats us, we'll be right back at Tonganoxie.
Yeah.
I mean, it could go, but we could be playing Bishop Miege, we could be playing, it just depends. But
any number of possibilities.
Absolutely.
It looks pretty likely it's going to be a Frontier League school, though.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be Eudora, Lewisburg, or Tonganoxie, I would imagine. But that's just, going off, if you look at paper and say, oh, these guys should win this one, these guys should win this one, these guys should win this one. But that doesn't always happen. So it'll probably be Eudora or Lewisburg or the Chiefs.
As we head to Week 8 here, are you getting more people back on the field? How's the injury situation?
We might get Tiernan back off his concussion, but everybody else is pretty much season ending. Gomez practiced yesterday for the first time with pads on, but that's only because he willed himself to. He got cleared from the doctor on his shoulder to come out and try it, but we haven't hit him yet. He's going to be out this week, and probably not the rest of the season. Bret Hart's out for good. He did break his foot. He didn't find that out, so he's not coming back. And of course, Austin Curtis has got the broken collarbone, and Derek's just a separated shoulder, but it's pretty sore, so I doubt he'll be back.
Okay, Coach, good luck tonight. We'll talk with you next week.
You bet, thank you.
And we'll have more on Cyclone pregame after this. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
So I heard from my friend's neighbor's sister that Kohl's has the lowest prices of the season and had to go see for myself. The deals, they're so good. I got a cute pair of sew boots for $24.99, my favorite jeans for $14.99, and the Big One towels and pillows for $2.99, which will come in handy for holiday guests. I even got some Kohl's cash, so gonna go back for a pumpkin candle or two. Gotta live my best fall life. Select styles ends October 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
The facts are, chiropractic care is a safe, effective first option for your pain management. Chiropractic is drug-free, non-surgical care, allowing you to live pain-free. But it starts with consistent preventative care. Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic, 785-242-4100.
Wherever you and your vehicle go, you can trust your vehicle repairs to CarStar with our limited nationwide warranty on all qualifying repairs. Call CarStar Ottawa at 242-8916. CarStar. Relax. We'll take it from here.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
And back here at Tonganoxie High School as we get set for the start of the evening's ball game between the Cyclones and the Chiefs. Don't forget, we will have football for you next Friday night as Ottawa will play in the first round of the 4A playoffs. They will be on the road. It will most likely be a 7 o'clock kickoff with 6:40 for pregame following Friday Night Lights. Don't forget tonight at 10 o'clock, the high school football scoreboard show with your host, Eric Peterson. And tomorrow afternoon, Ottawa University homecoming football. Braves taking on the Friends Falcons. Kickoff scheduled for 1 o'clock with Bob Johnson and his pregame show at 12 noon. Right here on 1220 and 103.7 FM. Other games tonight. Let's give you some of the biggest games tonight. Of course, the Paola-Lewisburg matchup at Lewisburg. Both those teams coming in tonight at 4-3. Paola currently the 5 seed with Lewisburg the 6. That's a big ball game. Another big game is Central Heights at Pleasanton. Now, despite the fact that the Blue Jays are just 1-5. A win by Central Heights ensures them of making the 1A playoffs. They are not assured of that if they do not win this game this evening. So, big ball game for the Vikings, who came up big last week in nipping Uniontown 19-18. Also, it's not necessarily a big game as far as seeding or anything like that is concerned, but Baldwin and Osawatomie have both really struggled this season. The Bulldogs 0-6, while the Trojans are 0-7, and they're playing tonight at Lynn Dickey Field in Osawatomie, and one of those teams is going to pick up a win to end the regular season, heading into next week's cross-district game. They will not make the playoffs.
They've elected to receive opposite the clock.
So Tonganoxie has won the toss here and will receive and move right to left as we see it here. Cyclones will defend the north goal. Wind is not a factor here this evening at all. Other games in the area, Wellsville is at West Franklin. That's our KOFO game of the week with Luke Queen as the Eagles try to complete an undefeated regular season tonight at Pomona. Anderson County is at Burlington this evening. Bonner Springs is on the road at Piper. Piper really needing a win in that one to keep their number 4 seeding in Class 4A. Linden is at Uniontown tonight. Big game for the Tigers, actually. Meridazine Valley is on the road at Levo. Both those teams have made the 8-man Division II playoffs. Osage City and Humboldt play for second place in the 2A district. Indians 6-1 on the year, while the Cubs are 5-2. Perry-Lecompton is at Santa Fe Trail tonight, and Spring Hill is at Eudora, just down the road here from Tonganoxie. And that's a big ball game, particularly for the Cardinals. They would certainly like to upset the Broncos, who come into tonight's play undefeated, and maybe pick themselves up a better seeding. They're currently seated 7th in Class 4A. Reese Vogel has teed it up. Back deep for the Chieftains is Sam Clydesty. And I believe the other man is Wyatt Harris, but we'll double check that. Yeah, Wyatt Harris is the other receiver deep. Hope you enjoy the action. Vogel's kick, end over end. It'll be fielded by Harris at the 12. Across the 20, looking to find a hole. He's across the 30 and gets it out to near the 32-yard line.
Harris returns to the 32. First and 10.
Cyclone tackle made by Tiernan Reed Cox, and boy, aren't the Cyclones glad to have him back here this evening. Cheatson quarterback is sophomore Trevor McGraw. He's got one back behind him. First and 10. Handoff on the counter play, breaking a tackle and getting a couple of yards out to the 34 goes Devin Splikel. Adam Doran made the tackle. It's a gain on the play of 4, and 2nd and 6 out near the 36. One wide receiver, actually 2 wide receivers split this side. Now second back enters the backfield. He'll get the carry this time, trying to get to the outside, and hit and tripped up nicely on a good tackle in the open field by Colin Creech. Andrew Colbert. Colbert on the carry, picks up 1. It'll be 3rd down 5. McGraw out of the shotgun. Clydesty gets the carry, working his way forward, but he does not have the first down just across the 40-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and about 1.5 yards.
Adam Doran on the stop, 4-yard gain on the play, bring up 4th down.
Doran again with the tackle. It looks like the Chieftains are going to go for it here on 4th down and 1. Clydesty on the Wildcat. He'll get the first down out near the 44-yard line as he followed blockers on the right side. So they went Wildcat there, and Clydesty able to pick up the 1st and 10 at the Chieftain 44-yard line. 10:17 to play in the first period, nothing. Michael in the backfield this time, 3 receivers set left. Now the formation strong left. And off right side to Clydesty, looking for running room, and is out of bounds. And he's near the sticks as a good push gets him about 8 yards to the Cyclone 48.
Gain of 9 on the play, bring up 2nd and 1.
call it a 9-yard pickup at the 47. Looking to throw and throwing the deep ball wide open down the sideline. And the catch is made at the 10-yard line, brought down there as McGraw found Isaiah Holdhouse wide open down the sideline. They'll spot the ball of 11, 1st and 10. Schleichel with the carry, left side, looking to turn the corner, hitting the backfield, and gets a yard, maybe a couple to the 9. Host of Cyclones in there on a tackle, including Aaron Quillen, Parker Googe, and Adam Doran. 2nd down, 8. Clydesty and Schleichel both in the backfield this time. Handoff Schleichel looking off the right tackle and gets his way down to around the 5.5 before he's brought to the ground.
2-yard gain on the play. Bring out 3rd and 6.
It'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up. Chieftains have to reach the 1 to pick up the 1st and 10. Or 1st and goal in this situation. Twin receivers left, single man right. McGraw hands it off to Schleichel, hit at the 5, fights his way forward to the 4, maybe the 3. Ottawa high tackle made by Wyatt Sink.
Tackle made by Wyatt Sink.
And it'll be 4th down and a couple.
2-yard gain on the play. Bring up 4th and 2.
Jack Messersmith enters the lineup for Tonganoxie. He is an up back. Wildcat once again. Clydesty off the right side. He's going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. Sam Clydesty takes it in to make it 6-0 Tonganoxie. And to try the extra point, Jackson McWilliams. Good snap. McWilliams' kick is up, and the kick is good. There's timeout on the field with 7:43 to play first period. Tonganoxie leads Ottawa 7-0, and we'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Medicare Part D coverage can be confusing. We can help. This is Laura from Kramer Pharmacy in downtown Ottawa. Stop in and let us help you find the best option for your needs when it comes to Medicare Part D. Kramer Pharmacy, 134 South Main, open Monday through Saturday and online anytime at kramerrx.com.
Supporting local teams helps bring local communities together, and that benefits everyone. That's why we're proud to sponsor this sports broadcast on KOFO. This is Eric Price, funeral director and owner of Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Homes, providing compassionate care when you need it most. Visit lamb-roberts.com.
Tonganoxie takes the opening kickoff drive, 68 yards for the score. Sam Clydesty from 2 yards out. Jackson McWilliams added the extra point to make it 7-0. Deep for the Cyclones will be Josue Navarro. Deep kick, and that's going to bounce at the 2 and roll sideways. Now Navarro's going to pick it up at the 1, or check that, I'm sorry, that's Creech, and he's going to be brought down at the 5. Well, the Cyclones made the assumption, and check that was Reed Cox that had to go back and pick that ball up, and that is inexcusable there. You want to make sure you keep that ball in front of you until it's gone into the end zone, and it rolls sideways, and the Cyclones stuck deep in their own territory to start this drive. OHS comes up 1st and 10. Noah McCullough under center. Power I formation. McCullough will keep. He'll get a yard, maybe a couple out near the 7. This is the type of thing we talked about in the open, where we mentioned how the Cyclones continue to shoot themselves in the foot. That was just not a good football play by Ottawa High there, as they just assumed that ball was going to go into the end zone. Again, McCullough under center. Handoff Zion Wooden off the left side. He'll fight his way forward for a yard or so. Gets it out near the 9, and that'll be a 3rd down and a long 6. Tonganoxie leads 7-0. They drove it 68 yards with the opening kickoff. Ayala's jumped out early on Lewisburg, 7-0 Panthers, scoring on the first play from scrimmage. On 3rd down, McCullough will throw across the middle, has a man open, but the pass was low, and Xavier Vink couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. Reese Vogel in punt formation. Clydesty is back deep, standing at the Ottawa 45. Vogel gets the snap, gets the kick away. It's a nice kick. Clydesty with a fair catch call at the 47 of Ottawa. So that is a 38-yard kick, no return, but excellent field position for the Chieftains to start this drive. McGraw will work from the shotgun. He's got Spleichel to his right. And now entering the backfield is Colbert to throw. McGraw with the deep ball down the middle of the field. Pass is going to be incomplete. Holthouse had a chance at it. Reed Cox had come over for the coverage, but McGraw with another well-thrown football right there. But this one falls incomplete, 2nd and 10. Eudora's jumped out to a 7-0 lead on Spring Hill in the first. Handoff, Spleichel left side, pushes the pile forward to the Cyclone 41. Wellsville has scored, tacked on a 2-point conversion. Eagles lead West Franklin 8-0. And Prairie View leads Anderson County 7-0. 3rd down, long 4. Clydesty on that signature play right side, looking for running room, and doesn't have it this time. He'll be stopped just inside the 40, and it'll bring up a 4th and a couple. And for the 3rd time tonight already, Chieftains will go for it on 4th down. They lead 7-0, 5:05 to play in the first period. They run out of the Wildcat once again. The left side this time, and this time he'll be stopped, and I don't think he got there. Adam Doran got a hold of him, and I don't think he got to the yardstick. and the Cyclones will take over on downs. Good play by the senior Adam Doran. So now Ottawa's got good field position at their own 38. Cyclones with 14 on the play clock just now break the huddle. High formation in the backfield. Handoff goes to Wooden, and Wooden doesn't have much, maybe a yard. Second down and let's call it 9, just shy of the 40. This time McCullough from the shotgun. And he'll keep it himself, look for an opening, and he'll be hit as he crosses the 41, gets it out near the 42. That'll be a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Bring up 3rd down.
This time the Cyclones have twin receivers each side. Wooden, the lone man in the backfield. McCullough looking to throw, throws, and the pass is caught and then dropped. Fogle was the intended receiver. He couldn't hang on. He would not have had the first down anyway, and the Cyclones in a punting situation. Fogle got off a nice kick his last time. Let's see if he can do it again. Clydusty will go back in single safety. A bit of a high snap. Fogle will get this kick away. This is high and not very deep. It'll take a sideways roll, and Ottawa will down it at the 31. So that'll be a 27-yard kick with no return. And 1st and 10 Tonganoxie with 3:36 to play in the first. And the Chieftains leading this game 7-0. McGraw, the quarterback, Sleekle to his left. Hand off to Sleekle on the delay, and he is going to get yardage out to the 33, and that's about it. Check that. That is not Sleekle that time. That is Colton Bruceman. 2nd and 8 upcoming. McGraw looking over to the sidelines for the play call. Second and 8. McGraw's going to throw. Now he's going to roll left, looks, throws. The pass is tipped and now falls incomplete. It was intended out there for Jesse Young, but a bit too high for him. And it brings up a 3rd down 8. That time the Cyclones played the deep ball much better, and McGraw had to roll out left. Colbert comes into the lineup. He'll be one of 3 receivers split far side. Ottawa showing blitz, then backs off of it. Again, McGraw to throw. Throws, has a man wide open, and the catch made, and a tackle broken. And down the sideline goes Holthouse, and he's into Cyclone territory at the Ottawa 46. Ottawa had too much of a cushion that time. And Tonganoxie into Ottawa territory once again. They lead it 7-0 with 2:38 to play in the first quarter. Handoff on the delay, and about a couple 3 yards this time for Bruceman. Googe made the stop for Ottawa. Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. High school football scoreboard show tonight at 10 o'clock. Handoff left side. This is Schlegel. Schlegel's got the first down and more. He just continued to move the Cyclone defenders back. Again, that's Bruceman on the carry. First down for Tonganoxie at the Ottawa 33. Bruceman, the only back in the backfield with McGraw. He will get it again, and he's got good yardage and gets 8 up to about the 25. Second down, a short 2 coming up for the Chieftains. McGraw looks to throw. Throws a fade route deep, and the defender or the receiver went the other direction, and the pass falls harmlessly incomplete. Third down, Tonganoxie. That stops the clock with 1:05 to play in the first. Third and a couple. On the delay, handoff to Bruceman, and he has the first down and gets it inside the 20 to about the 18. Inside a minute to go in the first quarter. McGraw hands it off to Bruceman again. He's got room to the outside. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. Looking for the pylon, but came up short by a couple of yards. Osage City has jumped out on top of Humboldt. Indians lead the Cubs 7-0. First and goal, Tonganoxie at the Ottawa 2. Or check that. I was going to say it's the 1. Bruceman again. He goes into the end zone untouched. Touchdown. Let's see. I don't think that was Bruceman. I think that was Schlegel. That'll make the score 13-0. And McWilliams in to try the extra point. McWilliams' kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 36 seconds to play in the first. It's now Tonganoxie 14 and Ottawa nothing. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ottawa High Football on KOFO.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Learning to work as part of a team is a trait that not only benefits students and athletes now, but can help them as leaders of tomorrow. This is Eric Price, Funeral Director and owner of Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Homes, proud to sponsor this sports broadcast on KOFO. Visit lamb-roberts.com.
This time Tonganoxie goes 69 yards on the drive. Devin Sleekle with the touchdown run from 1 yard away. Tiernan Reed Cox is the deep man for Ottawa this time. Kicked by McWilliams. End over end kick. Going to land at the 2. It's going to bounce sideways again, and Reed Cox has to pick it up. He's in trouble, but then breaks free and gets it across the 20 before he's finally brought down. I don't know what the hesitancy is to go ahead and field that football there, but for the second time in a row, the Ottawa let the ball bounce at the 2 yard line and it rolled sideways. Just go ahead and catch it on the fly and see what you can get. So Ottawa comes up with 28 seconds on the clock, 1st and 10 from their own 20. McCullough out of the shotgun. He'll keep it himself, finds running room, 25-30, breaks the tackle, he's to the 40, and out to the 47-yard line. First down, Cyclones. Nice run by McCullough. Cyclones called for a sideline warning. Just a warning, though. Probably the last play of the first quarter here. 1st and 10 Cyclones at their own 47. Empty backfield, and McCullough looks to throw. He's throwing it deep downfield. He's got a man open. It's Wooden, but it's just out of his reach. Wooden had the defenders beaten, but the throw was just a little bit too long. Second and 10, 4 seconds on the clock, so this most likely is the last play of quarter number 1. McCullough looking for some running room, breaks a tackle. He's across midfield into Tonganoxie territory, and then taken down at the Chieftains 48, and that is the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1, Tonganoxie 14, Ottawa nothing. We'll be back in a minute. This is Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Ottawa University has positioned itself as a distinctive and rapidly expanding institution, known for its innovative educational models, exceptional value, and special ability to prepare diverse student populations for lifetimes of enlightened faith, exemplary service, inspired leadership, and personal significance. With numerous undergraduate and graduate degrees in business, education, arts and sciences, athletics, and more, you'll gain the specific expertise you need for a lifetime of significance and prosperity. Find out more by visiting ottawa.edu/OUKS.
When you needed your mom, she was always there with the Vicks Vapor Rub. She used that soothing scent to calm you. And her mom used it to calm her. And her mom, well, you get the idea. Vicks Vapor Rub's always been there. It always made you feel better. And today, it still does. Bring back those childhood memories with the comfort and care only Vicks Vapor Rub can bring. Vicks Vapor Rub, family tradition for a reason.
Cyclones down 14-0 as we get set for the second period here. Eudora has scored again, and the Cardinals surprising the Spring Hill Broncos tonight, 14-0 at Eudora High. Other scores that we have: Wellsville 8, West Franklin 0. Prairie View leading Anderson County 7-0. Same score with Osage City on top of Humboldt. Paola leads Lewisburg 7-0, and again, Eudora 14, Spring Hill 0. Cyclones facing a 3rd and 5 at the Tonganoxie 48. McCullough looks over the defense, 4-man front. Wooden gets the carry, and he fights his way forward for first down yardage all the way to the 41. Nice run by Wooden. First and 10, Ottawa at the 42. This time empty backfield. McCullough up the middle on the keeper, and he has a first down to the 30. They faked the jet sweep to Navarro, and that opened up a hole in the middle, and McCullough takes it 12 yards. The Cyclones have it first and 10 at the Chieftain 30. Blitz being shown. Wooden off the left side, fighting his way forward, looking for more yardage, gets it down to about the 27 for a gain of 3. And that was a rough 3 yards there for the junior. Cyclones come up. McCullough out with a shotgun. And it's Wooden once again, hit at the 25 and driven back. So he'll gain a couple, make it 3rd and a long 4. 14-0 Tonganoxie. Under 10.5 minutes to go in the first half, but the Cyclones driving. McCullough keeps, has a blocker in front of him, has the first down, gets it all the way down to the 17 before he's taken down. That time McCullough did a nice job of following his blockers. And on the 7-yard pickup, Ottawa has it first and 10 at the Tonganoxie 17. Empty backfield. Navarro in motion. This time he'll get the jet sweep handoff, but right there to hit him in the backfield and drop him for a loss for the Chieftains was Braden Folsom. Well, let's say it's 63, Nathan Smith, for a loss on the play of 3, 2nd and 13. McCullough looks to throw. Now under pressure. Steps up. He'll run it. He's to the 20, 15. He's to the 10. He'll go in. Touchdown, Ottawa. Noah McCullough gets the Cyclones on the board with a nice 20-yard run off the quarterback scramble. Vogel will try the extra point. Hayden Dury with the hold. Ball's down, and the kick is good. There's timeout on the field with 9:04 to play in the first half. Score is now Tonganoxie 14, Ottawa 7. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds, and you're listening to Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Ottawa High School is proud to partner with Kansas State Bank to sponsor the Ottawa High Student of the Week. Those recognized are chosen by Ottawa High staff for their outstanding performance in one or more areas, including academic achievement, student leadership, athletic performance, community outreach, school spirit, and overall modeling of positive behavior at Ottawa High School. The faculty and staff at Ottawa High are proud to have our community support the students in their chosen activities. Creating tomorrow's problem solvers today. That's Ottawa High School. Go Cyclones!
Cyclones move it 80 yards for the touchdown. Noah McCullough with a 20-yard scamper. And the extra point attempt by Reese Vogel gets Ottawa back within 7. Piper leads Bonner Springs 6-0. At the end of one quarter, Prairie View 7, Anderson County 0. Wellsville has scored again. Their lead over West Franklin is now 15-0. That is our KOFO game of the week at KOFO.com. Luke Queen bringing you the play-by-play call of that one over on the Falcons' home field. Vogel's kick is short. Clydosty's going to field it at the 18. Clydosty across the 30, still on his feet, broke a couple of tackles, and gets it all the way across the 40 and out to the 43. Aaron Quillen had to make the tackle, but the Cyclones not tackling well on that particular play. And good field position for the Chieftains. McGraw works from the shotgun. Handoff goes to Bruceman, and Bruceman will be hit and stopped after a gain of 1.5 yards. Aaron Clevenger made the tackle. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Twin receivers this side. Rolling out is McGraw. He's going to run it now. He gets to the outside and gets it across the 50 and out of bounds near first down yardage at the 47. Parker Googe ran him out of bounds. It is enough for a first down. 14-7, Tonganoxie, 8:12 to play in the half. 1st and 10, Chieftains. Handoff, Bruceman, hit, drags a player forward to the 45, picks up a couple. Tommy Evans got through there, but Bruceman had enough of a head of steam that he was able to pick up a couple despite being hit near the line of scrimmage. Now Schleichel into the backfield for the Chieftains. We couldn't ask for a better night for football here tonight. Late October, feels like football weather. Clydosty gets the carry off the right side, hit as he crosses the 44, down about the 43. Gain on the play of 3. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Raw barking signals. He'll hand it off on the delay to Schleichel, and Schleichel doesn't get much of anything. Sink in on the tackle, as was Evans, and it's 4th down and 6. Let's see here what the Chieftains decide to do. Looks like they're going to drop into punt formation. Kick toward the coffin corner is going to roll, and it's going to roll out of bounds inside the 5. Dave Bailey found the coffin corner, and the Cyclones have the long field ahead of them as they're going to start this drive from the 3.
And at the end of the second quarter, St. James Academy leads Bishop 14-13.
We have 6:15 to play here in the half. Ottawa with a nice touchdown drive on the last possession. Let's see if they can keep that going. Cyclones a little bit slow to get the play call in, but the play clock hadn't started until just a few seconds ago. Ottawa comes up with still 10 on the play clock. McCullough with 4 on the play clock now. Looking to throw. Throws a deep ball down the sidelines, and the pass is going to be incomplete. It was intended out there for Dury, I believe.
Nice play by Wyatt Harris.
Wyatt Harris with excellent defense there on it. McCullough couldn't have put it in a better place, but the defense was just there. 2nd and 10. Tomorrow afternoon, it's Ottawa University Braves football as OU takes on the Friends Falcons in their homecoming game. Bob Johnson's on the air with pregame at 12, kickoff at 1 right here on KOFO. On 2nd down, McCullough on the option pitch finds Wooden, who gets it out across the 5 to about the 7. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Made on the play by Gabe Bailey. 3-yard gain on the play, bring up 3rd down and 7.
This is an important play right here for the Cyclones. They really need to get out from the shadow of their own end zone. Clock is running. We're under 5:40 to play in the first half. Tonganoxie 14, Ottawa 7. Now a late player into the huddle. And I think the Cyclones are going to end up burning a timeout here as the play clock's down to 4. And timeout, Ottawa High. Their first charge timeout of the half comes with 5:21 to play in the half. Tonganoxie 14, Ottawa 7, back in 30 seconds, and you're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Carol Morgan came to Arvest Bank needing to get a loan. Let's hear what happens.
So Carol, good news. You're approved for this loan and at this interest rate.
Yay, that's great.
You also mentioned you have some credit card debt. Would you be interested in rolling that into this loan so you're paying off that credit card at this same rate?
Really?
Yep, then it's all just one payment instead of 2.
Wow, that's
helpful?
Very helpful.
Personal loans made easy. Arvest Bank, ready to help.
Cyclones using their first timeout. Score from Uniontown, where the Linden Tigers lead Uniontown 16-0, second quarter. Osage City has scored again. They lead Humboldt 14-0. Empty backfield. McCullough carries it himself. He does not have the first down. Gets it across the 10 to about the 11. And we got an injured player down on the field.
Timeout. Official timeout for injury.
Let's see who that is. I don't see McCullough's number in the huddle, so I'm thinking it could be Noah. Whoever it is gets to their feet. No, it's one of the linemen, it appears. Maybe Tommy Evans. 64. Tommy Evans will hobble off. He'll be okay. But Ottawa has a 4th down and 3.
Please reset the game clock to 25 seconds.
Vogel will stand in his own end zone. Clydosty is the deep man. He's standing at the Ottawa 40. Oh, a boomer this time by Vogel. Fair catch called for at the Tonganoxie 49. That's a 40-yard kick with no return. And the Chieftains will have it with good field position and 5:02 left in the second period. Tonganoxie comes up. McGraw out of the shotgun. Hands it off on the delay. And positive yardage out to the Cyclone 45 goes Sam Clydacy. That'll be a gain of about 6.
6-yard gain on the play, bring up 2nd and 4.
Bruceman now in the backfield along with Clydacy. Formation strong right. Handoff, Clydacy right, hitting the backfield, but breaks that tackle, but only gets about a half a yard as he gets it to the 45. Good pursuit that time by the Cyclones. Doran and Creech were in on the stop. 3rd down and 4 upcoming for the Chieftains. McGraw hands it off to Clydacy again. Big hole this time, left side. And he is close and appears to have the first down just inside the 41. The hole closed quickly, but it was big when Clydacy got there. And they will move the chains. And now Creech hobbled as he gets to his feet. And we're having another stoppage here as Cyclones will have to substitute.
Official timeout for an injury. Senior parents of cross country and girls golf. Senior parents of cross country and girls golf. At this time, please start making your way down to the southwest corner of the track.
1st and 10 for the Chieftains. 3:43 to play in the half. They lead the Cyclones 14-7. Bruceman is the deep back. Handoff, Bruceman straight up the middle. Bruceman gets it down near the 35. And that'll be a pickup of about 6.
Tackle made by Jared Ferguson. 5-yard gain on the play, bring up 2nd and 5.
I would really like to hold right here. Not only would they get the football back, but they get the football to start the 3rd period. So the defense needs to come up big here. 2nd down, 5. McGraw to throw. Steps up across the middle, has a man. Clydacy with the catch. He's got the first down and is brought down at about the 22. McGraw not very big. He's only 5'7", 130, just a sophomore. He throws a nice ball. Line of scrimmage, the 23. On 1st down, again McGraw will throw. This time rolling away from trouble, looking, and throws late, and the pass is going to be incomplete. He was out of bounds.
Cross pass ball incomplete.
Bruceman was the intended receiver. Stops the clock with 2:13 to go in the half. We will have a report from the KOFO newsroom and a check of the Weather Center forecast coming up here at halftime. Bruceman, right up the middle, hit the line of scrimmage. Doesn't have much, maybe to the 21, a gain of 3.
Bring up 3rd down and 8.
The Chieftains now facing 3rd and 8. Bruceman behind the quarterback, McGraw, who fakes into the line, will throw, has a man open, catch is made, 1st down yardage for Clydacy down to the 6.
McGraw pass complete to Sam Clydacy. 15-yard gain on the play. Bring up 1st and 10 for the Chieftains.
After the chains move, that will start the clock up. We have 1:24 to play in the half. 1st and goal at the 6. Check that. Looks like it's spotted at the 7 to me. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout, Ottawa. With 1:09 to go in the first half, Cyclones trail 14-7. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Ottawa High football on KOFO.
You can just about hear that cold Kansas winter wind blowing, and you're going to want to make sure your heater is working this winter. The best way to do that is call the pros at Adamson Brothers at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
The City of Ottawa makes it easy for you to stay informed and be part of your community by visiting their website, ottawaks.gov. You can sign up for city alerts and city news, report an issue you'd like to see taken care of, even pay your bill online. It's where the city and citizens come together online at ottawaks.gov.
1:09 to go in the half. A couple of score updates. Wellsville 21, West Franklin nothing now.
And our Tonganoxie volleyball team is selling cookies in the grass area just by the concession.
Osawatomie has jumped out on top of Baldwin 8-0 in the second period. First and goal, Tonganoxie at the Ottawa 7. McGraw hands it off to Bruceman off the left side, tripped up, and not much there for him this time. Tiernan Reed Cox broke through there and got him on a shoestring tackle. No gain on the play, 2nd and goal. Chieftains going without a huddle. And rolling out is McGraw, looking into the end zone, fires, and too far for Clydesty. Pass goes incomplete.
Pass ball's incomplete.
Stops the clock with 31.9 seconds to go in the half. And timeout is called for, this time by the Chieftains. With 31 seconds to go in the half, Tonganoxie 14, Ottawa 7. 30-second break. This is Ottawa High football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
I usually start my day with a Vicks Vapo Shower. Surrounding myself with soothing Vicks Vapors prepares me for a busy day. After all that, I fill the tub and slip into a soothing Vicks Vapo bath to unwind. The start and the end of my day? Perfect. The middle part needs work.
Look for Vicks Vapo Bath and Vicks Vapo Shower in a store near you.
Big play coming up here. 3rd and goal at the Cyclone 7. You'd like to force Tonganoxie to think about whether or not they want to go for it on 4th down or try to kick a field goal.
3rd goal for the Chieftains.
McGraw out of the shotgun. Straight drop. Steps up. Looks to run it. And he is going to get down inside the 5, but he will not get in. He's down at the 3. And the Chieftains are going to call timeout.
Timeout. Tonganoxie, their second of the half.
We'll keep it right here this time. 23 seconds to play in the half. And it'll be 4th down and goal. Just inside the 4, it appears. So once again, Ottawa did what they were supposed to do right there. They made sure he did not get into the end zone. And now the Chieftains have a decision to make. Do they try to kick the field goal to make it 17-7? Or do they roll the dice and see if they can come up with a 7? They've been very effective in these types of situations, running from the Wildcat. It's like they're going to spot the football at the 3. 4th and goal at the 3. And it is the field goal unit on. McWilliams will try a 20-yard field goal. Clydacy will hold. Left hash. Bit of a high snap, but the kick is away, and the kick is good. There's timeout on the field with 20 seconds to play before half. Tonganoxie now leads Ottawa 17-7. We're back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on KOFO.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? Ordering your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more. Order now at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Prices and participation vary.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Tonganoxie with a 48-yard drive, but they have to settle for the field goal. McWilliams makes it from 20 yards away, and it's 17-7 with 20 seconds to go in the half. Reed Cox is deep for Ottawa. McWilliams has teed it up. High end over in kick. Little bounce, and Reed Cox will field it at the 4. Now across the 20, breaks into the open. Down the sidelines. He's to the 50. He's to the 45, 40, and out of bounds with still 10 seconds to go before half. Kiernan Reed Cox with a nice return, and it gives the Cyclones some life. They have one timeout remaining. You would imagine they would need probably about 25 yards to have a good chance at a Reese Fogel field goal. Let's see what they decide to do here. 10.9 seconds on the clock. Depending on what they run, that's time for a couple of plays.
Start the game clock, please.
Two receivers left, two right. McCullough rolling out, setting up the screen pass to Wooden. Wooden's got it at the 40. He's to the 35, needs to get out of bounds. He's got a first down at the 25, stops the clock with 0.5 seconds to go in the half. He got the first down, and Ottawa calls timeout.
Timeout. Ottawa, their third and final.
We're going to keep it here.
Please reset the game clock to 1.5.
They're going to put 1.5 seconds on the clock. Ottawa really did not want the timeout except to make sure that nothing else ran off the clock. And Reese Fogel is going to try a 42-yard field goal.
Please reset the game clock to 1.5 seconds. Thank you.
Hayden Dury is the holder. Boy, if Fogel could match that field goal, it'd be huge for the Cyclones heading into the locker room. Tonganoxie actually has a man deep.
Cyclones in field goal formation. Reese Fogel off the try.
Ball's down. Fogel's kick is up. It is going to be good. He got it inside the right upright. That is the end of the first half with the score, Tonganoxie 17, Ottawa 10. We'll be back in 2 minutes. This is Ottawa Cyclone football on KOFO.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
So I heard from my friend's neighbor's sister that Kohl's has the lowest prices of the season and had to go see for myself. The deals, they're so good. I got a cute pair of sew boots for $24.99, my favorite jeans for $14.99, and the Big One towels and pillows for $2.99, which will come in handy for holiday guests. I even got some Kohl's cash, so gonna go back for a pumpkin candle or two. Gotta live my best fall life. Select styles ends October 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
When you needed your mom, she was always there with the Vicks Vapor Rub. She used that soothing scent to calm you. And her mom used it to calm her. And her mom, well, you get the idea. Vicks Vapor Rub's always been there. It always made you feel better. And today, it still does. Bring back those childhood memories with the comfort and care only Vicks Vapor Rub can bring. Vicks Vapor Rub, family tradition for a reason.
Today's job market is full of demand for skilled trade workers. Electricians, welders, mechanics, these and other trades are the backbone of every community. They're also a huge part in making sure the Army National Guard is always fulfilling its mission of service to our country and communities. Soldiers train to keep the power flowing, engines running, and supplies moving. The skilled trades these soldiers perform are the same ones needed in today's civilian workforce. Army National Guard soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. With options from plumber to helicopter mechanic and everything in between, soldiers are able to select the trades that best fit their lives. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession and serve your community and country by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Kansas Army National Guard, aired by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Wild end to the first half as Ottawa gets a 42-yard field goal from Reese Fogel as time ran out to cut the Tonganoxie lead to 7. That coming right after Jackson McWilliams hit it a 20-yard field goal with just 20 seconds to go before half. But it was a 56-yard kickoff return by Tiernan Reed Cox that gave Ottawa the opportunity. Tonganoxie, on their opening drive, went 68 yards with Sam Clydesty scoring from 2 yards out, 7-0 after the Jackson McWilliams extra point. And then the Chieftains drove it again 69 yards to lead late first quarter, 14-0. Devin Sleekle with a 1-yard run. Ottawa got on the board, driving at 80 yards on the next possession. And Noah McCullough on a scramble took it in from 20 yards out. Reese Fogel added the extra point to make it 14-7. Then McWilliams' field goal with 20 seconds to go in the half. And Fogel right on top of that one as time expired in the first half of play. We'll take a 2-minute break right here and then send it to the KOFO newsroom for a look at what's going on around the area. And also we'll have the latest KOFO Weather Center forecast. Again, here at halftime, Tonganoxie leading Ottawa 17-10. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
It's time to revive your internet. Get speeds all the way up to Vive 1 gig. Plus, right now we're offering internet for only $39.99 per month with free installation. Get Vive's fiber-rich internet that comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee and our local friendly staff. So revive your internet for only $39.99 per month with free installation. This is a limited time offer, so call today or visit ViveBroadband.com to sign up. Offer ends 10/31/21. Modem taxes and fees extra, not available in all areas. See ViveBroadband.com for additional restrictions.
Eddie Thompson came to Arvest Bank looking for a new checking account. Let's hear what happens.
So Eddie, that's my Blue Checking. With free Blue Checking, you get e-statements, access to our Arvest Go app.
Wait, by free, you mean it's free for the first 6 months or something?
No, it's actually free.
But what about monthly fees?
Nope, no monthly service fees.
Wow, that's really
helpful.
Very helpful.
Free yourself from monthly fees with free Blue Checking. Arvest Bank, ready to help.
When you have an emergency, who do you call? 911. What do you do if you're unable to speak during your emergency? You text to 911. Franklin County Emergency Communications Center has recently added text to 911 technology as part of the new 911 phone system. Cell phone users can use their phone messaging system to text 911 to contact local dispatch. Phones must have a text or data plan in order to use this service, and phones in roaming mode, text apps, or apps messaging services cannot use this feature. It is important to note, dispatch is unable to determine your location while using this service, so always know your location and include that in your initial text. Remember, if you're able to place a voice call, we're able to help you more quickly. But in the event you are unable to speak, text to 911 will still allow us to get the information we need. Call if you can, text if you can't. For more information, go to kansas911.org or 911.gov. This message has been brought to you by the Franklin County Emergency Communications Center and KOFO.
Good evening. I'm here with this hour's top stories. The Ottawa City Commission, in a special proclamation, recognized October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. After the presentation, Community Development Director Wendy Lee, a survivor of cancer, spoke about the importance of pink outs and awareness.
Both fire and police also have awareness activities for cancer with special hats. And so we would actually encourage any employer to consider having a pink out day, simply because it is an opportunity to bring more awareness to breast cancer needs for proactive behavior among the women, as well as great support by the families.
You can support cancer support in Franklin County today and every day. Today was the KOFO Cancer Awareness Telethon benefiting the Franklin County Cancer Foundation. You can still help. Give KOFO a call if you would like to make a donation, or call the Cancer Foundation soon and help them in their quest to support cancer victims in our area in every way possible. U.S. Senators Jerry Moran and Roger Marshall joined 45 colleagues in introducing the Prohibiting IRS Financial Surveillance Act. The bill would prevent the Internal Revenue Service from implementing Democrats' plan to give the agency access to transaction information of virtually every American. Moran says President Biden and the Democrats' proposal is a serious threat to the privacy and financial data of Kansans. The proposal will give the IRS unprecedented access to the bank accounts of nearly every American in every tax bracket, and Kansans are right to be outraged. He says he and his colleagues will continue pushing back on intrusive plans and will work to implement legislative safeguards to protect the privacy of taxpayers. Senator Marshall says it's another example of the Biden administration's mission to expand the federal government's control over every aspect of Americans' lives. He says he's proud to support legislation that will stop the IRS from harassing American taxpayers in a misguided attempt to fund the administration's reckless tax and spend spree. Now for the exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast. Tonight, a 30% chance of showers, becoming overcast with a low of 54. Tomorrow, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 3. Tomorrow afternoon, overcast with a high of 69. Tomorrow night, a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 7 in the morning, overcast with a low of 61. I'm William Mayo, KOFO News.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
What is radon? Home exposure to radon gas is the leading cause of lung cancer death in the United States for non-smokers. In Kansas, 1 in 4 homes will test at or above the EPA action level. The Surgeon General recommends all homes be tested and fixed if necessary. To test your home, check with your local agricultural extension office for an inexpensive home test kit, or find a certified professional, per Kansas state law, to test during a real estate transaction. Consider building radon resistant for your new home. Call 1-800-693-5343 or visit kansasradonprogram.org for more information. Test, fix, save a life. This message brought to you by the Kansas Radon Program, the Kansas Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Back here at Tonganoxie High School, we've got a good one here. Tonganoxie leading 17-10 here at the half. Taking a look at other scores of area teams. Starting things off in Franklin County, where Wellsville is leading West Franklin 36-0. That is our KOFO game of the week at KOFO.com. The Queen is over in Pomona to bring you the play-by-play of that one, as Wellsville trying to complete an undefeated regular season. West Franklin, unless they can mount a miraculous comeback, is going to finish the regular season winless. The other team in Franklin County, the Central Heights Vikings, trail Pleasanton at halftime, 12-7. Now, this is interesting because there are three teams in competition for the third and fourth spots in that Class 1A District 2, and that being Pleasanton and Central Heights and Uniontown. Uniontown is trailing Linden at the half, 24-6. And if these scores hold up, there'd be a three-way tie for that third and fourth spot. All three teams, Central Heights, Pleasanton, Uniontown, would be at 2 and 3 in the district, and you'd have to go then to the point differential. So it's important for Central Heights to stay in that ball game against Pleasanton. A win guarantees them a spot in the playoffs, but a loss, and then we have to see what happens. Prairie View leads Anderson County 20-7 tonight. At halftime, Baldwin and Osawatomie are all tied up at 8 apiece at Lynn-Dickey Field in Osawatomie. Piper leads Bonner Springs 21-7. I believe that's a halftime score also. Late in the first half, Osage City on top of Humboldt, 35-6. That's a good game there for the Indians, whose only loss is to undefeated Wellsville on the year. Osage City looking to pick up second place in that 2A district. Paola leads Lewisburg right before half, 13-0. Perry Lecompton at intermission on top of Santa Fe Trail, 21-0. And the big surprise, Eudora leading undefeated Spring Hill tonight, 26-0 on the Cardinals' home field just down the road in Eudora. Again, the score here, Tonganoxie 17 and Ottawa 10. And we'll be back after this 2-minute break. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on 103.7 FM and 1220 KOFO.
There's a lot of confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, with guidelines and regulations changing by the week. One thing is certain, you need an accurate thermometer for your family to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have little or no scientific study supporting them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Have you received an email, call, or text about winning a sweepstakes you didn't enter? Don't fall victim to the latest scams. Hi, this is Shelby from Kansas State Bank, encouraging you to protect yourself against these unsolicited attempts to take your money. Contact your financial institution immediately to protect your account if you feel you've been targeted. A reminder from Kansas State Bank, member FDIC.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Tonganoxie Marching Band out entertaining us here at halftime. We don't expect an elongated halftime, but neither team has re-entered the field, and we're nearing that time for the 3-minute stretching. Take a quick look at Cyclone sports calendar for this week. Tomorrow, cross country is at the regional up at Baldwin. Also, sub-state volleyball tomorrow at Fort Scott. Ottawa is the 2 seed in that tournament, and they will play league foe Eudora in the first round. The winner will play the winner of Fort Scott, who is the top seed, and Holton High School, with a berth to the state tournament in Hutchinson next week on the line for the Cyclone volleyball team. And boys soccer will play in their first round regional game next week. Now, the seedings have not come out, but taking a look at the standings for the lower classifications in boys soccer, it appears that Ottawa's first round opponent will be Heritage Christian out of Olathe. I believe the Cyclones were the 12th seed and Heritage Christian with the 5 seed. So that's what's going on around Cyclone land this next week. I want to wish our best to cross country and volleyball tomorrow, and boys soccer as they get underway in postseason play next week. Here the score at halftime, as we've kind of held the clock at 3 minutes, is Tonganoxie 17, Ottawa 10, and we'll take another 2-minute break, come back with more here. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
This is Walt Dengel of Dengel & Son Mortuary. We have only a short time to make arrangements and take care of countless details. We pride ourselves in directing funerals that are flawless. Dengel & Son sets the standard for funeral service.
Creamy nut butter makes it delightfully sweet. Roasted nuts make it perfectly salty. Get 2 great tastes in one delicious bar. Enjoy a Nature Valley sweet and salty nut bar today.
Where do you go when you need your ring repaired, sized, or you're missing a stone and you have no idea where to get it fixed? Hi, this is Lindsay Sutton from Sutton's Jewelry, 213 South Main in downtown Ottawa. When it comes to jewelry, we make shopping local even more convenient. We'll make repairs quickly and get your ring back on your finger where it belongs. We'll take the time to help you find the right size stone for your ring and your budget to replace the one you lost. It's all about taking care of you, our customer and friend. You've got it made at Sutton's Jewelry.
Hi, I'm Laura Howard, Secretary of the Kansas Department for Aging and Disability Services. In Kansas, there are more than 540,000 people on Medicare, and each day, nearly 10,000 new people enroll nationwide. While Medicare enrollment can seem daunting, it doesn't have to be. That's where SHIC, or the Senior Health Insurance Counseling for Kansas program, comes in. The SHIC program provides seniors across Kansas trusted and unbiased help about Medicare benefits. SHIC counselors provide all the information and options available so you can make an informed decision about your Medicare coverage. We look forward to helping you navigate your way to a Medicare plan that is right for you. The number to call to find your local SHIC counselor is 1-800-860-5260.
Sponsored by the Kansas Department for Aging and Disability Services and Administration for Community Living, Department of Health and Human Services, and aired in cooperation with this station.
(17:10) Tonganoxie here at halftime. Again, the band performing their scheduled routine here, so we do have an elongated halftime. I want to remind you that we do have the high school football scoreboard show coming your way at 10 o'clock tonight with your host, Eric Peterson. Tomorrow afternoon, Ottawa University Braves football, as OU, after the bye week, back in action to take on the Friends Falcons. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. Bob Johnson's pregame starting at 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on 1220 and 103.7 FM. And if you want to dig deep into what happens in that football game and also get an idea of the Braves' next opponent, be sure to tune in for the Kent Kessinger Show each Tuesday night from Primetime Grill in South Ottawa. Bob will talk with Coach Kessinger and others during the course of the hour and let you know what's going on with Braves football. Ken Kessinger Show on Tuesday nights here on KOFO. Let's recap the scoring for you real briefly. Tonganoxie scored 2 touchdowns in the first period. 68-yard drive capped by a 2-yard run by senior Sam Cladesty. Jackson McWilliams with the extra point. That came with 7:43 to play in the first, and then right before the end of the first period, Devin Splekel scored on a 1-yard run. That capped a 69-yard drive. 14-0 after McWilliams' extra point, heading to the second quarter. But Ottawa got on the board on their next drive. They drove it 80 yards. Noah McCullough scoring from the 20. Reese Fogel with the extra point. Late in the first half, Tonganoxie drove, but Ottawa was able to hold Tonganoxie to a field goal attempt, which McWilliams made, a 20-yard field goal. And then after a 56-yard Tiernan Reed-Cox kickoff return, Ottawa got it down to the 25. And as time ran out in the first half, Reese Fogel booted a 42-yard field goal to put us where we're at. And the Cyclones get the football to start the third quarter, so they are right in this thing here after a slow start on the road here tonight. Now, the scores that we have here at halftime with the other teams that could be Ottawa's opponent next week, Eudora, the big surprise, leading Spring Hill 26-0. If Cardinals win that, they move to 4-4 in the district. The loser of Paola and Lewisburg would also be 4-4. And Tonganoxie would end up 4-4 if they were to win this game tonight. St. James Academy could also be 4-4. They are leading Bishop Miege at half 24-0. And it's still really up in the air as to who the Cyclones would see next week. Now, a victory here tonight would help them immensely. It does not get them a home game, of course, but certainly going to put something in the minds of those other teams. And the fact that Ottawa's played Tonganoxie very tough here in the first half has got to be in the Chieftains' minds, because it's very, very possible that the Cyclones come right back here a week from tonight to take on this same team. So Ottawa and Tonganoxie going through their stretching. It is senior night here, and Tonganoxie recognizing a number of their spring or their fall sports, including their golf team. Hayden York won the Class 4A individual tournament out at Salina at the beginning of this week. A couple of Ottawa Cyclone golfers also competed in that tournament. This time of the year, we get down to postseason action, and as we mentioned earlier, the Cyclone cross-country team is at the regional in Baldwin tomorrow, and the Cyclone volleyball team travels to Fort Scott for sub-state. Just a couple of wins away from the return to the state tournament played this year in Hutchinson. They have to get by Eudora first, and then will face either the top seed Fort Scott or Holton, who is the 4 seed. Right before halftime, Humboldt picked up a touchdown against Osage City at the half. The Indians lead the Cubs 35-14. A win by Osage City gives them the second place finish in a home game next week in Class 2A. Wellsville has already clinched that district, and they lead West Franklin tonight 36-0 in a game that you can hear on KOFO.com with Luke Queen. Ottawa's going to move right to left here in the third quarter. Kieran Reed Cox will drop back deep. Reed Cox with that 56-yard return to set Ottawa up late in the first half as they got a field goal to cut the lead down to 7. Let's see if they can carry that momentum over here to the third period. Jackson McWilliams set to kick it away. Deep boot this time. Reed Cox is going to field it at the 3. He's to the 10, looks to avoid a man. He'll be run out of bounds at around the 16, maybe the 17. Ottawa will start this drive, it appears, at their own 18-yard line.
Ottawa will take over first and 10 from their own 18.
Cyclones have moved the football fairly well. That has been their modus operandi here the last several weeks, but the defense has really come up, played some nice football here tonight. Handoff goes to Zion Wooden, and Wooden is hit behind the line. Tonganoxie says there's a fumble, and indeed there is. Oh my. We talked in the interview with Walt Alexander about the broken record that seems to always happen to Ottawa. They shoot themselves in the foot, and this could be huge right here. Tonganoxie has it at the 17, first and 10. Trevor McGraw, the sophomore. Looks to throw, out in the flat, has a man open. 10, down to around the 6. That is Holthouse. And Holthouse will have a first down at about the 7, I think. It is first and goal.
Good for first down. It'll be first and goal.
Handoff goes to Bruceman. Then Bruceman will go into the end zone. Touchdown, Tonganoxie.
On the carry.
Bruceman with a 7-yard run, and that bumps the lead back up to 13 with the extra point attempt upcoming. And the kick is up, and it is good.
Extra point is good.
Timeout on the field, 11:37 to play, third quarter. Now Tonganoxie 24, Ottawa 10, and we'll have the kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Medicare Part D coverage can be confusing. We can help. This is Laura from Kramer Pharmacy in downtown Ottawa. Stop in and let us help you find the best option for your needs when it comes to Medicare Part D. Kramer Pharmacy, 134 South Main, open Monday through Saturday and online anytime at kramerrx.com.
Quality Structures is helping you build the rural American dream today. No more some days. Whether you're wanting a garage for your toys, a riding arena for your horses, or storage for your equipment, Quality Structures is there. Visit Quality Structures in Richmond or online at qualitystructures.com.
Chieftains take advantage of the turnover, and they go in from 17 yards out to make it 24-10. Again, Reed Cox is the deep man. This is an onside kick, and there's a scramble for it. Still on the ground. Ottawa says they've got it, but let's check and see. And Ottawa did get it. But that was a good time to use it right there by Tonganoxie, and the Cyclones really weren't prepared. They had dropped everybody back to try to set up the wedge. But they have good field position after they do get the recovery at their own 44-yard line. So now the Cyclones need to answer. Sink in the backfield this time with McCullough. McCullough will throw, steps up, throws across the middle, passes incomplete, intended for Hayden Dury. Wyatt Harris had the coverage. This time Ottawa has two receivers right, one left. McCullough keeps following blockers. He's out to the 49, picks up about 5. Let's see if the Cyclones can keep this drive alive. 3rd and 5 at their own 49-yard line. Again, McCullough getting the backfield this time. Can't get anything. He's going to lose a yard or so. And Tonganoxie read it well defensively. Now what do you do if you're Walt Alexander? Looks like they will send the punting unit on. Fogelback to kick it. Clydesty is the deep man. Good snap. Vogel gets a knuckleball. It's going to hit. Roll forward inside the 20 and down at the 18. 33-yard kick, no return. Tonganoxie has it with 10:06 to play in the third, leading 24-10. Bonner Springs has scored on Piper. Now 21-13, Pirates with the lead. McGraw on 1st and 10. Hands it off to Bruceman. Bruceman across the 20 to the 23. They'll spot him at the 24. That'll be a gain of about 6. Prairie View has scored again on Anderson County. Buffaloes now lead the Bulldogs 28-7. Second down, McGraw will throw out in the flat, tipped and off the hands of the intended receiver. Holthouse. It falls incomplete. Cyclones could really use a 3 and out here. Piper responds. They score to make it 27-13 against Bonner Springs. 3rd and 4 here. Pass out in the flat. Holthouse has got it. They gave him all sorts of room, and he'll have the first down. There's a flag down, and that is our first penalty flag tonight, I believe. This one's coming back.
The Nelson receiver downfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty for the previous spot. To play 3rd down.
So it'll still be 3rd down, but now 3rd down and about 8 after the ineligible man downfield penalty. The Cyclones cannot afford to give Holthouse that much of a cushion. Wellsville scored again. They now lead West Franklin 43-0 in their game tonight. McGraw on 3rd and 9. Straight drop. Throws a deep ball down the field. Pass is going to be incomplete. And it'll force a punting situation. Gabe Bailey is the punter. Tiernan Reed Cox standing at about the 50. Bailey's kick is away. It's a good one. Reed Cox fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 37, 38. They'll say he got it at the 40, so while Ottawa has good field position, that's a nice kick by Bailey. Cyclones down 24-10, 9-11 to play in the third. High school football scoreboard show tonight at 10 o'clock on KOFO. Twin receivers each side. Handoff Wooden off the right tackle. Not much there, maybe a yard. McCullough looking over the defense. Keeps it himself, trying to turn the corner. Flag is thrown. That one's going to come back. And McCullough is out of bounds after a short game of about 3. That's going to be a hold. You almost are certain of that. Referee threw the flag in the Ottawa backfield.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty, replay second down.
So from the spot of the foul, it moves it all the way back to the 30. And Ottawa now with a second down and 20. McCullough with time, throws down the middle, looking for Reed Cox, he's got it. Made the catch and is brought down at the Tonganoxie 41. Check that, 40-yard line. 30-yard pickup on the play, and the Cyclones move the chains. Reed Cox with a nice route, and McCullough found him. First and 10 at the Chieftains 40. Hand off to Wooden, buries his head, fights his way forward, and gets about 3 yards to the 37. Cyclones with just the 2 victories this year, Baldwin and Bonner Springs. They'd like to pick up a third here tonight, but they trail by 14 about midway through the third period. Again, it's Wooden fighting his way forward near the 35. And that'll bring up a third down 5 for the Cyclones. Well, Ottawa's in 4 down territory here. But you've got to get positive yardage here on this third down play. If you don't get the first down. Blitz coming. McCullough is hit and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Clydesy came from the weak side to make that stop. And now it's 4th down 5. The Cyclones, a big play coming up here with still a lot of time on the clock. 4th and 5. Play clock inside 10. In motion Navarro. Fake to him. McCullough stepping up, looking to run it. He'll break a tackle. He'll have the first down. It appears inside the 30. So McCullough pulled it down, picked up the needed 5 yards, and the drive continues. Six minutes to play here in the third quarter. Tonganoxie leads 24-10. On first down, it's Wooden looking for an opening, and there's none there. Tonganoxie is filling the holes right now. Cyclones' offensive line's got to get a better push. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun with twin receivers each side. McCullough will throw. He's got Wooden open. He's trying to avoid the rush. Now he'll throw it late, and the pass is going to be intercepted. Tipped by a Cyclone and intercepted. Wyatt Harris with the pick. So Tonganoxie gets it back at the 25. Second turnover on the night for the Cyclones. McGraw will work from the shotgun. He'll pitch it out, and here's a halfback pass. Hit as he throws, the pass falls incomplete. Bailey was in the backfield. He was going to throw it, but Ottawa broke through early. Bailey was hit as he threw, and the pass fell harmlessly to the ground. I think that was Cooper Stone that broke through there. 2nd down, 10. Handoff goes to Bruceman, and he's going to be hit in the backfield and stopped for a loss. Kieran Reed Cox with the tackle. Loss on the play of 1.5 yards. 3rd down, a long 11. Lewisburg has scored. They've cut the Paola lead to 13-7. Rolling out is McGraw. He'll throw a deep ball and well overthrows his intended receiver, Holthouse. Holthouse wanted a flag, but I saw nothing there that made it look like he was interfered with. It'll be a punting situation now. Prairie View continues to lead Anderson County at the end of 3 now, 28-7. Late man coming on the field for Tonganoxie. Reed Cox is back deep. Low snap. Good job by Bailey to get the kick away. Line drive kick. Reed Cox fields at the 46. He's across midfield and going to be brought down just inside Tonganoxie territory at the 49. So again, the Cyclones with good field position. They've got to take advantage of it. Twice here in this third quarter, they've turned it over. Once led to a Tonganoxie score and once stopped a promising Ottawa drive. Don't forget the high school football scoreboard show tonight at 10 o'clock here on KOFO. Cyclones first and 10. McCullough keeps it himself. He'll be hit and dropped for a loss. Nathan Smith got through there that time. That'll be a loss of 2.
On the carry brought down the backfield by Nathan Smith. Bring up 2nd and 12 for the Cyclones.
Ottawa's offensive line needs to dig deep here. They're getting beaten in this third period quite often. 6 in the box this time. McCullough looks to throw. Smith couldn't come up with him, and McCullough throws short of his intended receiver, Dury, at the Tonganoxie 40. Boy, Smith was in there in a big hurry on McCullough. It'll be 3rd and 12. Trip receivers far side. Reed Cox the only man this way. McCullough stepping up, throws it down the middle, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Knocked away from them behind by Jesse Young. Reed Cox had a step on the defender, but Young came from behind and made the defensive play. Vogel will punt it. Vogel, line drive kick. Clydacy at the 22. Breaks it to the outside, far sideline, and he's going to be downed at the 38.
Clydacy on the return. Flag on the play.
There's a flag down at the Chieftain 35. Usually that's going to be a hold or a block in the back by the return team.
Blindside block on the receiving team. 15-yard penalty for the spot on the foul.
So a blindside block called on Tonganoxie. That's a 15-yard mark off. It's going to take it all the way back to the 20. And that's where Tonganoxie will start this drive. And again, the Cyclone defense being asked to step up here. They have played considerably better defense here tonight. McGraw hands it off to Bruceman. Bruceman breaks a tackle, flag into the fray. Pick up on the play of about 5. But check the flag.
Bruceman on the carry, flag on the play.
Holding against the Chieftains.
10-yard penalty for the spot. Replay first down.
So a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul will move it back to the 13 and bring up a 1st and 17 for Tonganoxie. 24-10 Chieftains. Just under 3 minutes to play in the third period. McGraw looking to throw. Throws deep down the middle, has Clydacy wide open. The catch made, and he's down to the 34. He's got the first down. And McGraw threw to a spot. The Cyclones had no defenders there. McGraw throwing out of the flat has Holthouse. Holthouse down the sidelines, breaking tackles and into Cyclone territory. And once again, they are giving the receiver Holthouse far too much room on that edge. He is just wide open, and that time he made extra yardage, running hard after the catch. McGraw looks again to throw. And this is a deep ball for Holthouse, and it's incomplete. Overthrown down the sideline on the pump and go. Ottawa did a pretty good job of not biting on that fake that time. Second down 10 at the 49. Stops the clock with 2:07 to play in the third period. Straight up the middle, Bruceman, he's got room, and he's got a first down inside the Ottawa 40. Dury made the stop, but the Cyclones looking tired now on defense. Long signal count. There was movement there. No flag, though. Bruceman again, hitting the backfield. He's going to be dropped for a loss. Getting there first was Adam Doran. Loss of a couple, second down 12. Doran's played well along that right side of the Cyclone defensive line tonight. Handock Colbert, left side. He's hit, dropped after about a 3-yard gain. Tackle made by Colin Creech. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Chieftains. Play call from the sidelines. Let's see what Tonganoxie does here. We'll pass out in the flat. Looks like it'll be a good idea once again. McGraw, straight drop. He does throw out in the flat. He's got Holthouse. And the catch made, and first down yardage is Creech too far off of him.
Draw pass complete to Jesse Young. Get on the play. Good for a Chieftain first down.
Holthouse got it to the 27. They start the clock, and that will be the end of the third quarter. We've played 3 here in Tonganoxie, and the score, Chieftains 24, Cyclones 10. And we'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
132 conference championships, 146 NAIA scholar teams, 43 NAIA national tournament appearances, and 237 All-Americans. Ottawa University has a long and rich tradition of Braves athletes that continue to compete at the highest level of competition, utilizing state-of-the-art facilities, accomplished coaches, and a spirit that only comes from wearing the black and gold. Push yourself to limits you never imagined as a student athlete at Ottawa University. Visit ottawa.edu/OUKS.
Did you miss your front row seat at Arrowhead last season? Not this year. KOFO and Furniture Loft are sending you back to Arrowhead to watch the most exciting team in football, your Kansas City Chiefs. You and a friend in front row seats to watch the Chiefs. Just stop by Furniture Loft on Market Street in Osage City or Emporia on West US 50 and register once per visit. Only 1 win per season. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to win. Win Chiefs versus Giants tickets for November 1st. Winner announced October 28th during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
Tonganoxie with a 2-touchdown lead as we head to the fourth period. Try to get some score updates for you here. Tonganoxie with a 1st and 10 at the Ottawa 27. McGraw hands it off to Bruceland, and Bruceland pushes the pile forward for a couple to the 25.
Second down and 8 for Chieftain.
Osage City now on top of Humboldt 42-14. Perry LeCompton leads Santa Fe Trail 27-7. And Eudora 33, Spring Hill nothing. Undefeated Spring Hill nothing. Second down 8 here. Bruceman once again, and he breaks into the open and has first down yardage. It appears close to the 17. Looked like he was going to be hit and dropped for a loss. Linden leading Uniontown 38-6. Bruceman stopped shy of the first down. 3rd and 1 upcoming. Bruceman again, nice hole, has the first down inside the 15.
Official timeout for an injury.
And we got an injured Cyclone player along the far sideline. And limping to the bench for Ottawa.
Carry on the play, good for a Chieftain first
I don't know
down.
who that is. We'll try to find out. 1st and 10, Chieftains at the Ottawa 14. To throw, McGraw steps up, throws, has Clydesdale at the 10, looking to make a move, and then smothered at about the 8.
McGraw completes the policy. 6-yard gain on the play.
That'll be a gain of 6 and second down and 4. Minutes to go in the game. 14-point lead. Tonganoxie trying to add on to that. Clydesdale with the handoff left side. Breaks it against the grain. He's down inside the 5 and has a 1st and goal coming up.
Sam Clydesdale on the carry, shakes off the tackle. Gain on the play, good for a Chieftain first down. It'll be 1st and goal for your Chieftain.
Prairie View now leading Anderson County tonight 35-7. First down goal at the 2. This time it's Colbert following blockers, and he is going to be into the end zone. Touchdown.
Andrew Colbert on the carry.
Fourth different Tonganoxie running back to score here this evening. McWilliams will try the extra point. And the boot is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field with 9:33 to play. It's now Tonganoxie 31, Ottawa 10. We'll have the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on KOFO.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb.
All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs.
Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Tonganoxie increases its lead to 21, and they will kick off here. Osawatomie leading Baldwin tonight, 22-8. Trojans looking for their first win, as are the Bulldogs. Kicked by McWilliams, far side, fielded by Reed Cox at the 9. He's across the 20. Check that. That's Martin Navarro this time. Navarro was back deep, and he gets it out to about the 21, maybe the 22.
Run down by Jack Smith. All right, fans, get your tickets ready. Your winning number in the 50-50 raffle tonight. 3, 9, 6, 0, 0, 0. Again, the winning number tonight. 3, 9, 6, 0, 0.
Checking other scores. Bonner Springs, or Piper beating Bonner Springs tonight 34-13 in the 4th. On first down, handoff goes to Wooden, who breaks tackles, still on his feet, and he's all the way out to about the 27. Nice play, nice run there by the junior Zion Wooden. He picks up 6, 2nd and 4. Wooden and McCullough having a quick conversation in the backfield. Zion will get the call once again, looking for an opening, and there's nothing there this time. Just got back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more.
Initial stop made by Devin Fleetwood and finished off by Connor Brew on the tackle.
Wellsville leading West Franklin at the end of 3, 43-0. Paola on top of Lewisburg, 13-7 at the end of 3 quarters. Flag thrown. Ottawa's going to be called for a false start. Tonganoxie leads 31-10.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty. No first down. Penalty on the play, bringing up 3rd and 9 for the Cyclones.
So Ottawa now faces a 3rd and long 9. Wellsville scored again, 49-0, better than West Franklin tonight. McCullough looking to throw under heavy pressure, rolls away from it, now throws, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Vogel was the intended receiver, and it'll be 4th down.
Cold pass, broken up by Jordan Williams. Bring up 4th down and 9 for the Cyclones.
Humboldt on a roll. They have cut the lead of Osage City to 42-30, late 3rd period. Vogel in punt formation. Good snap. Vogel's kick, floater, fair catch. Clyde Usty has it at his own 46.
Tonganoxie will take over 1st and 10.
31-yard kick with no return. And the clock on the Chieftains side now. 7:29 to play. And Tonganoxie with a 21-point lead. McGraw still in at quarterback. Bruceman is the running back. Handoff Bruceman up the middle. And has good yardage into Ottawa territory at the 46. That's a pickup of 8. Eudora has beaten Spring Hill tonight 33-7. Big win for the Cardinals. On 2nd and 2. McGraw looks to throw. Throws a deep ball looking for Holthouse. And the pass is going to be dropped. Aaron Quillen came over to try to defend it. Holthouse had it in his hands but couldn't hang on. So Eudora finishes the regular season 4-4. If this score holds up, Tonganoxie would be 4-4. The loser of Paola Lewisburg would be 4-4. If St. James beats Bishop Miege tonight, they would be 4-4. One of those four teams would be Ottawa's opponent next week. Bruceman has the first down and more. He's inside the 40, and it's going to be brought down at about the 37 by Hayden Dury.
Takes the defender with him. Gain on the play, just for Keaton, first down.
.6:24 to play, clock running. Clydesty with the carry, and Xavier Vink grabs him and brings him down after about a 3-yard gain. Prairie View has beaten Anderson County tonight 35-7. McGraw to throw, across the middle, wide open is Clydesty. Makes a move, gets it inside the 20 and down to the 17.
Well, complete to Clydesty again. Again on the play. Just for Keaton, first down.
Paola has increased its lead over Lewisburg. Panthers now on top 21-7 midway through the fourth period. Handoff, Bruceman off the left guard. Has an opening, finds his way forward for about 5 yards. Tonganoxie 31-10. They've scored 14 unanswered points here in the second half, aided by a Cyclone fumble deep in their own territory after receiving the second half kickoff. Bruceman following blockers, trying to get to the outside, broke a tackle, and gets it down near first down yardage at about the 8.
Bruce again on the left side. Takes the defender with him for a 4-yard gain.
Third down 1.
Bring up third.
Final tonight from Pomona. Wellsville shuts out West Franklin 49-0. The Eagles remain unbeaten. Bruceman again, left side. He is going to fight his way into the end zone. Touchdown. And we've got a shaken up Cyclone player at the goal line.
Fans updated scores from around 4A at the end of the third quarter. Eudora leads Spring Hill 33-0. Paola leads Lewisburg 13-7. And St. James Academy leads Bishop Miege 38-20.
The injured Cyclone player being tended to. I have a couple of score updates for you. Osawatomie now leading Baldwin 30-14. Catch all the scores tonight on the High School Football Scoreboard Show. 10 o'clock here on KOFO. Tomorrow, OU football from Advent Health Field. The Braves and the Friends Falcons in the OU homecoming game. Pre-game with Bob Johnson at noon, kickoff at 1. Looks like the Cyclone player may be nursing a cramp. They're kind of rubbing out the leg or the foot. And getting to his feet is big Aaron Clevenger. Tonganoxie's increased the lead to 27 with the extra point attempt coming up. Nick Williams has been perfect tonight. 4 of 4 at this point, rather. He also has a 20-yard field goal. Kick is up, and it is good. There's timeout on the field with 3:53 to play in this one. And the score now, Tonganoxie 38, Ottawa 10. Kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone football on KOFO.
There's a lot of confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, with guidelines and regulations changing by the week. One thing is certain, you need an accurate thermometer for your family to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have little or no scientific study supporting them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Colton Bruceman with his second touchdown run of the night, an 8-yard scamper. Final score from Uniontown, where the Linden Tigers beat up on the Eagles tonight 38-6. Tiernan Reed Cox is the deep man for Ottawa. And he'll field this one at about the 12. Looking for blockers, is hit at the 25 and dropped. And a flag throw, and that's probably going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. The question is on who. Jack Messersmith did a little bit of extra celebrating there, but I don't know if that's who they'll call it on. It will be called on the Chieftains, so 15 yards on the penalty will bring it out to the 40-yard line. Linden, with their victory over Uniontown, finishes second in the 1A district. Central Heights, we're still waiting on a score from them, and Pleasanton. Pleasanton was leading at half, 12-7. The Viking win would give them third place in the district. Handoff Wooden off the right side for a couple. Second down and 8 for Ottawa as the clock continues to move. We're nearing the 3-minute mark. Two receivers each side. McCullough will keep. Trying to get around the corner, does. Get some positive yardage before he goes out of bounds at the 45, 45 rather. 46 to make it third down and 4. Osawatomie gets in the victory column. They beat Baldwin tonight 30-14. So congratulations to the Trojans. They'll play in a cross-district game next week. Look, Wooden running hard, but coming up shy of the first down by about a yard at around the 49. So fourth down, Ottawa will most likely go for it here with just 2:50 to go. Fourth down, 1. McCullough, quarterback sneak. I don't know if he got it. And there's an injured Cyclone once again.
Official timeout for an injury.
And again, it must have been something in the area of a cramp. Austin McFadden. And they'll say that McCullough did not get the first down yardage, so turnover on downs. Ottawa's just got nothing going in the second half offensively. They turned it over twice. Let's see. Tonganoxie still has their starters in the ball game. McGraw hands it off to Bruceman. Bruceman into the secondary and all the way down to the Ottawa 35. Ottawa's going to substitute here. Schlegel's going to come into the Tonganoxie lineup. So Ottawa's going to finish the regular season 2-6, and they'll wait to see where they go next week for the Week 9 game. Hand off Colbert off the right side. Breaks a tackle, broke another one, got a first down inside the 25 to the 23. They'll stop the clock momentarily with 1:51 to play. And the Chieftains just about in the position where they could take a knee. Bruzen will get the handoff, and he'll get it inside the 20 before he's pushed back. Check that with Schlegel on the carry. Tonganoxie will use as much time off the play clock as they can. This next snap will happen with about 45 seconds to go. Tonganoxie is going to finish the regular season 4-4. Schlegel again, fighting his way forward near the 15, spotted at the 16. And that'll be the final play of the game, as they don't have to run another play. Your final tonight, Tonganoxie 38 and your Ottawa Cyclones 10. We're back in a couple of minutes. You're listening to Ottawa Cyclone Football on KOFO.
It's time to revive your internet. Get speeds all the way up to Vive 1 gig. Plus, right now we're offering internet for only $39.99 per month with free installation. Get Vibes fiber-rich internet that comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee and our local friendly staff. So revive your internet for only $39.99 per month with free installation. This is a limited time offer, so call today or visit vivebroadband.com to sign up. Offer ends 10/31/21. Modem taxes and fees extra, not available in all areas. See vivebroadband.com for additional restrictions.
Ottawa High School is proud to partner with Kansas State Bank to sponsor the Ottawa High Student of the Week. Those recognized are chosen by Ottawa High staff for their outstanding performance in one or more areas, including academic achievement, student leadership, athletic performance, community outreach, school spirit, and overall modeling of positive behavior at Ottawa High School. The faculty and staff at Ottawa High are proud to have our community support the students in their chosen activities. Creating tomorrow's problem solvers today. That's Ottawa High School. Go Cyclones!
I usually start my day with a Vicks Vapo Shower. Surrounding myself with soothing Vicks Vapors prepares me for a busy day. After all that, I fill the tub and slip into a soothing Vicks Vapo bath to unwind. The start and the end of my day? Perfect. The middle part needs work.
Look for Vicks Vapo Bath and Vicks Vapo Shower in a store near you.
Come on, let's go see a movie. Just don't forget about all the apps you can use, not only to buy tickets and snacks in advance, but take advantage of rewards programs too that'll add on even more, like premium seating and gift cards. Now we're back at the movies. Show's starting.
With the Capital One Saver Card, you earn unlimited 4% cash back on dining, entertainment, and popular streaming, and 3% back at grocery stores. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Cyclones finished the regular season tonight losing to Tonganoxie 38-10. Chieftains jumped out to a 14-0 first quarter lead, scoring on a couple of nearly 70-yard drives. Ottawa got on the board early second period. They went 80 yards, final 20. Noah McCullough on a quarterback scramble for the score. Reese Fogel added the extra point. After a Tonganoxie field goal late in the first half, Kieran Reed Cox returned the kickoff 56 yards. Ottawa got another 10 on a screen pass, and it set up a 42-yard attempt by Reese Fogel, and he nailed it as time ran out in the second period. It was 17-10 heading into the locker room. The Cyclones had the football to start the third period, but they turned it over on a fumble. Tonganoxie took advantage of that, scored two more touchdowns in the fourth period, and they win it here tonight 38-10. Seedings will be announced tomorrow by the High School Activities Association to tell where Ottawa plays. They will be on the road next week for a Friday game, and it'll be at 7 o'clock kickoff. And, of course, we'll be on the air at about 6:40 with pregame. Again, final tonight, Tonganoxie 38, Ottawa 10. This is Gary Bateman saying so long from Tonganoxie High School.
Thank you for listening to this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone Football on KOFO. Brought to you by Advent Health Ottawa, CarStar, Kansas State Bank, Quality Structures, and by Sutton's Jewelry, Vive Broadband, Dingle & Son Mortuary, and Kramer Pharmacy. Ottawa Cyclone Football on KOFO is also brought to you by Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, Ottawa University, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Arvest Bank, and by State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King, Ottawa High School, Ottawa Chiropractic.